You're not talking because you're not compatible. See, you're not really an introvert or a loner. You just are not connecting with people who you're compatible with. You could possibly make excuses for people. There could be some type of addiction that you may have, like people pleasing, obsession. You could have a habit of giving too much. You attract people who play games, yet you still give too much, maybe because you have an abandonment wound. You feel that everyone leaves. So you could be retreating, or it's about time to retreat. You could be changing your old ways and habits. You have this fear of being hurt. Yeah, you have some insecurities. Work on building your confidence and feeling safe in your relationships. You can start by loving self and connecting with beings who are emotionally safe. Yeah, connect with soulmate energy only. Know that you have many, many soulmates, not just one. You have a habit of trying to fix someone, but you can't fix them. They have to want to change. So accept them or let them go. I'm on Chantress Seba's playlist on Spotify. This song is called Alborada, Alborada, and it's by Cellomano. Solomano. We're using the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. The one that I just got done reading is the What's Blocking You Singles and Relationship deck. It helps you to clear blocks to intimacy and true love. You've been long overdue for a win. You create positivity and warmth. And I feel like you're attracting another individual who does this. Therefore, you're going to create it together. I'm seeing this is a card of being happy, open, and optimistic. You could be stepping into your power. You are very strong beyond measure. I feel like you went through a lot of challenges. Oh, this is actually, dang, I forgot to add the song to my playlist, but it's fine. You could be in your healing era. Love flows through you and to you. Release control. You could be surrendering to the journey. I'm seeing the voyage of the heart. Once again, you most definitely are stepping into your power, therefore uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Some of you guys could be tapping in with the Akashic Records. There's a Tinder ad popping up amongst 3 other ads. Don't chase, don't force. Just exist, live, and be happy. Now, karma is cause and effect. What you do or what you don't do. You choose who you love. So don't ever feel like you're stuck with a person because you have kids with them, because you have history, because they're your family, or whatever the case may be. That is the main important reason why we all have free will and co-create with the universe. I know that people existed before you telling you that you should live this way and live that way. But you are your own person. You have your own mind. It's time to deprogram to reprogram, especially for this new reality shift you're coming into. It's time to balance out the mind and the heart. So if there's some deprogramming that you need to do in order to reprogram, make sure you do so. Listening to certain frequency music like Chantress Siba or stuff like that, chakra healing, could be really beneficial for you. Getting into this energy, this more spiritual aligned space where you're doing your affirmations, you're creating a healthier routine, you're changing your eating habits, you're going out into nature. Okay? Simplify your life. You don't need everything that you're trying to take with you. I'm thinking of the magician. The magician usually lets you know that you have all that you need already to create whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. And that you also have the power to manifest it because you are the creator of your own life. Balance out spirituality and practicality. And do know through gratitude, joy expands. You've encountered different people within your life, platonic, romantic, and I feel like this was necessary for your growth to come into awakenings. You are a mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. And then I'm seeing embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Be happy. Honey Nut Cheerios or bees could be significant. Butterflies, flowers, headbands, nature, love, moving forward into calmer waters, or finally embarking on this journey where you're in alignment and co-creating with the universe. Not controlling, but surrendering, stepping into your power, uncovering things as you go. I'm seeing a narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Live with purpose and intent, and tread thoughtfully. You could be doing this already. Okay, you could be crossing bridges, literally or metaphorically. Okay, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Confirm the narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Confirm that energy. Confirm tread thoughtfully with this narrow pathway. We got great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. Okay? Tread thoughtfully. Don't just do things because other people are wanting you to, or make sure you're doing main character things. You're the main character in your life, no one else. So check in with yourself. Is this aligned with my goals, dreams, aspirations? Do I feel in alignment, or do I feel is my intuition trying to tell me something? Is my mind, body, soul guiding me towards something? So as you're on this narrow pathway, you're being encouraged to tread thoughtfully, because I'm seeing some type of great adventure. We create our reality. So take a risk. Don't be in your comfort zone and alienating yourself from things. Venture forward. On the back, we have grounding. Go deep. Explore your roots. Okay? Some of you guys, there's going to be people who's trying to connect with you, reach out to you, but I feel like it's a distraction. This is a journey of self. and healing. You got work to do. The most important relationship or project is that of self. Today is December 5th, by the way. It's a Friday. It's currently 11 o'clock a.m. 11:11 could be very significant. If you guys could double tap the screen for me, that would be great. Yeah, it says begin now. Okay, take your first step. Thank you, Gab. Thank you, Angie. Those names could be very significant. Bay leaves, writing on your bay leaves, burning them could be very significant. Doing certain rituals that can help with healing, cleansing, purging, whether that's meditation, positive affirmations, cord cuttings, writing a letter but not sending it and possibly burning it. Okay, any form of ritual, right? Voodoo could be significant. Walk through the gates of triumph. Some of you guys expect the wondrous to emerge, okay? Don't, once again, alienate yourself. You stand in the light of truth. Nobody is in your way except for you. It's time to discover your truth. Some of you guys, you're not discovering your truth, or you have yet to really tap in for real. So success expands in your life. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Don't be a negative Nancy, right? Pessimism. Turn weaknesses into strengths and know that everything is going to work out for you because you said so and because of who you are. You're not just anybody. You actually bring ascension and higher vibrations and a lot of things to this world amongst healing energies, love, etc. You are always protected. You are safe. And I feel like you should live in your purpose and go after your dreams, however you may see fit. But it's time to begin now. Release control. Trust your intuition. Follow your inner compass. Okay? You're being encouraged to keep going forward, okay? I'm seeing you ascending the mountain. If you just stay still on the obstacle, that's stagnancy. Possible setbacks can happen, delays. So regardless, you can take a break. You can pause. You can slow down a bit, but don't become stagnant. Keep going forward. You are resilient and you have always been. Keep going forward. You can already be in this energy of moving forward. And you're ascending the mountain. So you know you're going to end up coming to that finish line. Keep moving forward. All right. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. I seen this post the other day, and this girl asked, why do you want to be in a relationship anyway? It was interesting. Maybe because some of you guys felt unloved. This has a lot to do with your childhood. A lot of things stem down from childhood. Maybe you didn't receive the love or nurturing or attention from, mom, dad, guardian, grandma, grandpa, right? You actually do deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. Trying to change someone never works. Accept them as they are or move on. So it's giving move on. It's giving accept them or move on. Don't accept anything less than what you give. If you give the world, you deserve the world. You don't deserve to wait around for people to be better and hurt you in the process. It's not personal, but it's personal. So, yeah, it's not personal. I have nothing against you, but But this is personal. This is something for me. This is something that, you know, I have this vision. I have this way that I want to live in my life, the reality that I want to create. And that doesn't involve people who are emotionally immature, who haven't healed from certain wounds that interfere with them being able to give and receive love, etc. Right? You're not dealing with people who are cold. They're not going to do anything but possibly trigger you. And a lot of times it's necessary for you to come into connections with certain people. A lot of people, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they had a significant time in your life to where they taught you self-love rather than giving to others. They taught you expansion, helped you to grow and awaken, right? So forgive, release any resentment or bitterness, because it's not doing anything for your health anyway. Some of you guys seem very unapproachable because you are aloof. Okay, so try being a bit more friendly. And hey, your feelings are valid. Heal, get into a better energy. You know your life. So if you know that you need some time, then take some time. If you know that you just need a different routine and an outlet and better friend groups or whatever, then create that for yourself. Your spiritual team, the universe, is always supporting you in any decision and choice that you make. They're always there with you. As I said before, karma is cause and effect, what we do and what we don't do. But regardless, lessons are just as grand as blessings. So don't ever be fearful of failure or challenges. And because if you ask me, those challenges, those obstacles are what created this beast that you are. And I do mean beast in a godly way, in a powerful way. Okay? Some of you guys tell yourself that it's just too much work, but it's really an excuse to not get involved. Maybe this can be people outside of your energy. If I've said a few things that doesn't relate to you in this moment in time, neither the future, then it's possibly pulling on other people's energies who you've connected with and who's still energetically connected to you. Some of you guys don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. Literally, that's really what it was. You really need to take time to get to know who you are, honestly. Know what you are, know what you want. It says make friends and spend time by yourself to take the pressure off your relationship. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. A lot of you guys are learning patience and trusting in self and the divine. Something about movies, movie theaters, actors could be a thing. Maybe that's something that you want to get into. You most definitely could be eye candy. But appreciate yourself while you're young as much as you can, because we all get old. Not everybody. Some people pass away at a young age. But the point of the message is beauty fades, okay? Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. Don't choose someone because of sexual reasons, because they look good on the outside. Always get to know a person's on a soul's level, even if it's going to be platonic. It's really important for your sake and for others and for your reality. But as I said before, lessons are just as grand as blessings. A quote by Jerry Dunn is, challenge your limits, don't limit your challenges. You'll be happy that you did, okay? I feel like you're going to feel very, rewarded in some type of aspect. Somebody came in with the name I am him. You gotta tell yourself these things. You gotta go back to a time where you felt encouraged and courageous and, before all the trauma sinked in. Heal the inner child. Do the shadow work. Come into a better energy. Sometimes time is not going to heal everything for you. It also takes you doing certain things, implementing certain changes. You are her. You are him. Gender fluid by all means. You are that God and goddess. You have these energies. Now it's time to embody it. Now it's time to expand. Now it's time to grow and awaken and ascend. Some of you guys don't let other people know that you are interested. So maybe flirt and be approachable, okay? Because some things come off as very like mixed signals. You could have a habit of that. And once again, this is your reality. This is your life. Every message that comes out does not have to be for you. And it possibly won't be for you. Thank you. Okay? But maybe some things even happen simply because you're not compatible with certain people. So sometimes your spiritual team be coming through looking out for you. All right? We got fear of loss, and it's coming out in the reverse. You are afraid of losing someone or of being abandoned. Take a chance. So for some of you guys, you can resonate with this in the upright. For others of you, you're doing some work that ties to fear of loss. I feel like you're overcoming losing other people because you care more about losing yourself. Okay. We got past trauma here. You need to take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on. So a lot of you guys, love and relationships is possibly not the main focus right now. As I said before, it's gonna be you. You know, you went through a lot of things in your life, and that's not just something that you should take lightly and try to keep on proceeding and moving forward. Keep going forward, right? But not in certain senses, okay? Some of y'all are encouraged to use your common sense. All right. Yep. Some of you guys feel like something isn't worth the risk, but opening your heart is a risk worth taking. Now, of course, trust your intuition. Don't move so fast. Get to know people on a soul's level. You will know the first day that you connect with someone if they're meant, if you're even meant to risk anything or give someone a chance, okay? Some of you guys need to get out and mingle with new people so that you can meet someone. Your social life is pretty much null and void, all right? Some of you guys believe that it has to be hard, but it doesn't. All right, let love flow naturally in your life, because I'm seeing pregnancy for a lot of you guys. I'm seeing you literally be happy, not just pregnant with somebody who love bombs you, gaslight, manipulate, who's emotionally immature, but literally connecting with somebody who matches your greatness. So this will not be a postpartum depression and, you know, all of this unnecessary weight gain or weight loss. And no, this is going to be peace, freeing, and a very honorable and grand time to live, right? When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. Okay? Keep your expectations low, but your standards high. All right? A lot of you guys tell yourself bad things. Change your stories and see the good that can happen. Exactly. You create your reality by what you believe in, your thoughts, right? We have fear of touch. Some of you guys, trigger warning. You may need to do some root chakra work because there may be some type of sex wound or whatever the case may be. It says you don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable with others. Maybe this could be a root chakra thing. Maybe it could be a heart chakra thing. Whatever it is, you know your life. Apply the messages how they fit. If you guys could double tap the screen for me, that would be great. We are still on 916. We haven't even got to 1K. And I've been on here for possibly over 30 minutes. So, I understand sometimes when people's fingers get tired or they're doing something. But in this case, nobody really has been tapping the screen. So I'm going to ask you guys to please double tap the screen as long as you're getting a message from me. This helps pulling more on your energy and also an energy exchange. Okay? I'm seeing that you're reaching your destination. And your light is shining brightly. Y'all are blocking people, removing people. The name Mary or Taylor could be significant. All right, it says reflect and redirect your energy. Okay? Get ready for new horizons. Something is happening. Something beautiful and amazing. Don't bring fear. Take your fears to tea with you. Sit down and see them. Heal them. We got impasse or impasse. Impasse. I'm not sure. But IMPASSE. I never really knew the pronunciation of this word. But it's encouraging you to reflect and redirect your energy. And on the back of the deck, we have far away places. Some of you guys, you're meant to go far in life, metaphorically and literally. And see, this doesn't even have to be metaphorically. But outside of migrating, I'm saying just the distance in your life. You're meant to go far. You're meant to see a lot of great things and be great. You already are great. Success is within you, not outside of you. Okay? But get ready for new horizons. That's possibly why you guys are encouraged to reflect and redirect your energy. Because there's something big happening. Look, distant thunder. Something in the near future or so. Near or far future. And it's time to clear the air. Take out the poison. Heal. Prepare. Yep. Blessings are showering your life. I'm seeing rainbow blessings. See, the rainbow is very significant, whether it's rainbow child, rainbow blessings, rainbows. Very, very significant. Something about hands feeling like dirty or any, something like that. Maybe some of you guys are about to get in work mode. Get your hands dirty. I may pull some of these tea leaf decks. So I'm going to sit this to the side. The tea leaf usually are fortune cards, but a lot of things that happen in the present moment could pop up as well. Be mindful. This is a timeless reading, and past, present, and future energy can always be significant. Timeless basically means that it doesn't just resonate for past or present, but it also can resonate in the future. And it could be ongoing, a year from now, 6 months from now, 3 weeks from now, 5 years from now. This same message could resonate with you in some type of way. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's see. Let's get some more messages here for the collective. If you guys could double tap the screen for me, that would be great. Thank you. Okay, we have looking back. Don't look back. Trust your intuition. Remind yourself why you're moving forward. Okay, this is a card of nostalgia, reflection. Okay, this period of time could be very nostalgic. You could be missing the moments you shared together with people or, yourself. You could be looking back, going down memory lane. And a lot of times this could be necessary, because it signifies reflection, and you can lay things to rest that you didn't know was surrounding your subconscious. A lot of times you don't know what surrounds your subconscious until you do some type of work align that. That's why people love, they recommend journaling and a lot of things. I most definitely will recommend that, because when I journal, it actually helps me tap in with things that I didn't know that I had, or that I didn't really see or fully felt like it was already refined. And then I'll realize, wow, it is true that you already do have the answers within you. See, a lot of times the answers are right in your face, let alone inside of you. And sometimes when you're too focused on your 3D plane problems, you can't really see, right? But expect something wondrous. Okay, having very high idols or unreasonable requirements could be very significant for you guys, because maybe you're like this dreamer, right? You have fantasies, and it's fine. It is totally fine. But speak softly to disarm any dispute or confusion. This is a card of honesty, vital, and patient. Okay, because sometimes maybe you have expectations towards people who, like, for example, say if you have this high expectation towards a person who's emotionally immature, and they disappoint you by being insensitive towards your emotions or not knowing how to communicate with you because they've misunderstood you or whatever the case may be. That's probably going to hurt you, and you're probably going to hold on to that, and it's possibly going to turn into some type of anger, sadness, grief, etc. So I feel like you should just talk with yourself and help yourself through things. And this can even be outside of yourself, you know, but most definitely help yourself. Work smarter, not harder. Choose your battles, okay? Some of you guys, tea could be very significant. Tonic. Yes, I'm seeing adventures. I'm seeing you, like, I don't know if you're backpacking, hiking, traveling. I'm seeing mountains. I'm not even seeing a city area. Maybe some of you guys are going to have that city life era, and you're going to have that country life era, and you're going to have this, that, right? But this card ties to travel, change, and plans. I'm seeing that you will be having new experiences and making new friends. So that's great. You can already be in this energy. All right. And yeah, this is going to be endless love here. I'm seeing you guys are going to be getting engaged. I'm seeing you at your wedding, and you're extremely happy. Some of you guys, maybe this is a spiritual wedding rather than an actual 3D plane wedding, but take it how it resonates for your life, okay? Be mindful that this message does not have to just apply to you solely. It is a collective. Many people will be coming across this message. And do note that it will also be uploaded to my YouTube, just in case you can't stay for long. All right, this energy ties to commit. Okay, this is going to be a committed relationship. And I don't mean one-sided, unrequited. No, committed. They've done the work. They're going to continue to do the work, vice versa. It's going to be a successful, possibly last love type of situation. And I know some people, they're not monogamous. Okay, so once again, apply messages how it fits. But this could actually be the one you waited for to love forever. Because some of you guys, like I said, you're like the dreamer, fantasy world living type of individual. So maybe you believe in the knight in shining armor and that one love for the rest of your life. And this, whoever this individual is that you're going to be meeting, I don't feel like you've met them before, maybe in a past life for some of you guys. Because if you ask me, the people who you've actually come across, they weren't the best. That's why you chose you. And another significant thing is to consider long-term issues before you commit. Does this person have father wounds, mother wounds? And I understand that most of us, we have our own traumas, but a lot of times that doesn't interfere with us being able to give or receive love. So you have to, this is the energy of waiting, okay? Wait for the right one, okay? Trust, okay? Compromise in a way that's not settling, lowering your standards, but compromising in a way that's like, man, I want love. This is tempting, but you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to save myself. I'm going to protect myself, my heart, etc. You know, it can be in that energy. Just choose wisely, because once again, you choose who you love. Therefore, choose wisely. You don't just have one soulmate. You don't just have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and 1,000. Okay. We are all in alignment. Synchronicities are synchronicity. So do believe in divine timing. Okay. Nothing that is for you will ever miss you. All right. We got making magic here. Beautiful. Even the sexual energy is going to be very magical. I can't even think of the other M word that I want to say, but it's very chef's kiss, beautiful energy. Okay. This card ties to trust, believe in love. Okay. Love is supposed to be healthy. Love is not supposed to be one-sided. Love is not about sacrificing and you know how some people, they believe that marriage is going to be hard and, you know, whatever. Absolutely not. Relationships aren't hard. People make them that way. All right. So everything seems perfect and it's not an illusion. I'm telling you, this connection, it's possibly going to feel too good to be true, but it's going to be very, very true as long as you wait on it. Okay. Give yourself your own happiness, because once again, the cars, the money, the houses, this will not make you happy. Relationships with others, it will not fill that void. You have to do the work on your own, just like vice versa. And I feel like you're already on this path. You've been on this path for a while now. The journey is never ending, right? There's no finish line to growth. Yes, look, ever after. Growing old together. Creating something stable. This is beautiful. You need to be mindful because the people who you have kids with is important. The people who you create, who you have marriage with, it's important. So this talks about long term, all in, and invest. Okay? Having the fortitude to create a lasting love. You and whomever these individuals are have the fortitude to create a lasting love. It's just all up to you. You have the free will. Your spiritual team, they chime in every now and then when they need to intervene or step in. But you are in the driver's seat. You are the main character of your story, not your ancestors, okay? Not the angels, but they always will guide you. You're never alone. The invisible forces are working with you, never against you. Okay? Listen to your heart and take a chance on love. Don't feel like, oh, I'm the only one in this universe that's as great, that's as giving, nurturing, etc. Maybe that's just helping you point out the things that you need to work on. Sometimes we go through things, it's happening for us, not to us. And a lot of times, once again, we give ourselves karma because we are the ones that makes these choices in our life. We are the ones that do things or don't do things, right? So do the work. Don't settle, fall into depression. You know, you're human, you have emotions, you have the sadness, you have the anger. Find positive outlets for them. Don't do the same things over and over, especially if there's a lesson to be learned, especially if you've already learned the lessons. If you already learned the lesson, sometimes we still make those crazy choices like, oh, I miss my ex, so I'm going to get back with them. Nope. Don't do it. I don't care if a tarot reader is telling you how much they miss you, how much they're going to change, because change doesn't happen overnight. A lot of people changed like decades later, years later. And life wasn't made for you to go through the challenges and the ups and downs. We put ourselves through those things. Maybe because we just needed to bump our head and learn. So once again, it's just as beneficial, because if you don't know better, you won't do better, right? But those lessons most definitely will help. This is a card of wonder, dreams, and promise. Don't give up on love, but also don't be so desperate to where the first person that bats their eyes at you or comes into your energy, you fall head over heels, because this is a path of self. It's a path of healing. And then everything else will come into play. And I promise you, this is very much more rewarding when you're healing and loving yourself and learning who you are, and you don't have other people around you that's clouding this. That's why it's important to surround yourself in a balanced way, okay? Balance out things. Make sure you're spending just as much time with yourself as you are with other people. But, yeah, that's why it's important to surround yourself with people who are literally on your level or better. And when I say on your level, I mean if you're a diamond, be with diamonds, okay? That's exactly how you guys are. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Your dreams could be very significant. Prayer could be significant. This song is called Dream Prayer. So that's interesting. Yeah, something about fairy tales and the Disney lifestyle or channels. And it's really significant. All right, we're going to pull some tea leaves to get more messages. Once again, past, present, future energy could be significant. All right, what other message do I have for the collective? Yeah, travel is very significant. Then I heard moving on up. Is that to the east side? Is that song? I don't know. They're probably two different songs. Grapes are significant, fruits, berries. And we have lightning here. It says, control your anger or you will be sorry. And then it says time to go out and have fun. Now, if these energies don't resonate with you, especially the lightning energy, this could be talking about people outside of yourself, you know. So either people are encouraged to control their anger, or they will be sorry. Because anybody who comes up against you, or they hurt you in some type of way, they're gonna have to pay big time, because you're a person of divinity. You don't dish out trauma. You literally raise the vibrations of the planet. And a lot of times when your childhood dreams have been shattered, or whatever the case may be, you stop really believing in magic as much as you've done as a child. That's why possibly some of you guys came into spirituality, because that is one magical belief system. And a lot of times, a lot of these things don't have to be necessarily belief systems, but knowings. But at the same time, you hear it from other people anyway. So I mean, but anyways, time to go out and have fun. Okay. And personally, because I did pick up on a reading where some of you guys may have had some type of animosity or anger, or whatever the case may be, you're encouraged to control your anger, or you will be sorry, because sometimes you may explode when all you could have did was take a second, right? Now you probably made matters worse, and it's fine. Be gentle with yourself, but just be mindful. I feel like this is the energy of being mindful. Welcome in. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Welcome back. All right, 441 could be very significant. 234. All right, it's 11:31 on the clock. If you guys are able to double tap the screen, may you please do so. Thank you. This is a collective message. It will be uploaded to my YouTube. We're pretty much in the middle-ish, possibly end of the reading. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on, but I've already been on live for over like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, so I said a lot already. And then we have the pig here. Once again, this could be your energy or people outside of your energy. That's why it's important to surround yourself with people who are on your level, because it's like staying with someone who's irresponsible when it comes to paying the rent. Now your ass about to be homeless. Okay, excuse my language. So, but you're always protected, right? We have club coming out. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. Maybe because of the greed that they have. Maybe this is going to be very intense and obsessive energy. Okay. This is a club here. Maybe actual clubs, or the nightlife could be significant. Maybe this could be people you know, people you barely know. But regardless if it's your energy or someone else's, beware of greed. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. On the back of the deck, we have November. Okay, November of last month could be significant, or November of 2026 could be significant. And then we have the rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. When I think of the rainbow, I think of happiness as well. We have the turkey. So Thanksgiving could be significant. Turkeys. It says someone is behaving stupidly. Whether it's you, someone else. A lot of times it could be someone else, but it doesn't exclude your energy, because sometimes we can make poor choices ourselves, you know. But any more messages here for the collective? Feathers are very significant. This is the feather coming out. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. Okay. Now, mind you, this is our tea leaf deck. A lot of times it's fortune telling, things that have yet to happen, but it doesn't have to exclude the present moment. But still be mindful of this in the future, because a lot of things you can avoid, you can shift, you can look out for. All right, we got the leg coming out, stepping into a new experience. Now, this did point out in the reverse, but a lot of times when it comes to these cards, I don't really necessarily focus on them being in the reverse. I still feel like they resonate in the upright, but if you want to take it in reverse, you can, which is usually a shadow aspect of the card or the complete opposite of its upright position. But confirmation, you're stepping into a new experience, because we've already talked about that anyways. This person that behaves stupidly could be somebody who has less possible trigger warning sex wounds. They could be actively not practicing semen retention. Okay. On the front, we have lightning again. So we're going to put that down there. All right. And we're going to go into the next tea leaf deck. An older woman could be significant. And I'm seeing triumph over troubles. We're going to confirm more of these energies. It does come with a guidebook. So we're going to look at the guidebook, and we're possibly going to pull more cards on the energies that already came out just to get more clarity. We got the Lion. Time to act. Which is confirmation because we did get that energy earlier. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. I appreciate it. All right. I don't know if I seen mountain lion or something with the mountain. A dark woman could be significant. Whether she has dark hair or dark complexion of the skin. All right. Any messages here? We got the beetle. Good fortune. Okay. Any more messages here for the collective? You know how the dollar, it has like this, different people discovered certain things within the dollar. Oh, it makes the pyramid. Oh, it has the eye and the what's the name. Because somebody just tried to invite me to host with them or something. And they had like this picture of an eye, but it looks like that it was on the American dollar. Then I just thought of like pyramids and you know the saying of Illuminati and like all that stuff. But something about maybe the government or something is significant with that. We got ring coming out. We did talk about this. Okay, a marriage will take place either romantically or business-wise. Okay, we have coins. Money will be coming to you. Okay, Sonic, Mario can be significant. Those are games, by the way. Maybe the name or the food place could be significant. Somebody with like toned legs could be significant. Maybe when you put your leg a certain way, you can see like the crease. Maybe a leg workout. Leg day. Somebody with beautiful legs, maybe. Muscular legs. All right, on the back, we have the dolphin. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Okay, so expect that. On the front of this deck, we have older man. So an older man and an older woman is significant, as well as a woman of a dark complexion, whether that's the older woman or a woman outside of that individual. And once again, dark complexion could be dark hair or dark skin. Okay, wealth. Maybe this could surround finances or a career. Doesn't have to. We got the wishbone coming out. A wish is granted. Lovely card to get, okay? Maybe it involves you putting in some type of action. It doesn't have to be because these cards all came out individually. But a lot of times the remainder cards, like if I pull this, you can also go based off what else has been pulled to help with, you know, get a fuller message. But we got time to act. We've seen this earlier. Lion King could be significant. People who have like the first initial of an L in their name. Doesn't have to be first initial. All right, we got the carrot. Carrots are really significant. Vegetables, fruits. We talked about the berries with the grape energy. It says opportunity or windfall. There's an opportunity or windfall. And as I said before, we're going to confirm it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Maybe there's a wish that you have surrounding money and it's going to be coming into you. Maybe there's a wish you have surrounding stepping into a new experience and it's going to come to you. However, some things could take or needs action. Okay, sometimes you can't, like, it's fine, the wishing upon a star can happen, giving something time to fall into your lap can happen, but a lot of times acting is really going to help. Okay, just remember, before you believed in spirituality and manifestation, you literally were acting. Okay, you were putting pieces together, doing things, implementing things, and that's how you seen results. So once again, balance out spirituality and practicality. But let's go ahead and see. We're going to start with the C's because it's in alphabetical order. We don't have any A's or B's out here, so we're going to start with the C's. Then I just came across the angel. So your angels are most definitely significant. All right. Now, the club. Someone would try to make you do something against your will, just to remind you of what this energy signifies. Now, a large, vicious club is silhouetted against a sky filled with thunderclouds. This symbol is a warning that someone will try to persuade you to do something against your better judgment. In extreme cases, you could be either coerced, COERCED, or blackmailed into doing something against your will. And I did see some thunderclouds earlier with the lightning. They don't have to go together, but this talks about control your anger or you will be sorry. Now, someone would try to make you do something against your will. The other cards out here that could possibly connect with this, I believe it came out with the beware of greed energy, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. Okay. But that's the energy that I have for the club. We're going to move forward to the carrot. Now, with the carrot energy, rabbits could be significant. Okay. It says opportunity or windfall. A freshly picked carrot lies in a field of carrots with the sun glinting off the green leafy tops. Lucky is the querist who chooses this card. The querist is usually the person that's getting the reading. Okay, it represents an opportunity or windfall that will be given to you with little or no effort on your part. This could be finances. This could be stepping into a new experience. This could be a wish that's been granted. It could be some type of marriage, romantically or business-wise taking place. It could be anything, okay? Now, I still may confirm these cards individually, but the guidebook really tells you all that you need to know. But yeah, I still may do it in that way. Now, let's see. What's next? Feather, possibly. All right. So with the feather energy, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Okay, this can literally go hand in hand with this club energy where it talks about someone will try to make you do something against your will. All right, doesn't have to be. Now, a feather blown by the wind comes to rest on the ground next to some dying lilies. The feather tossed by the wind represents the changeable nature of man, and the dying lilies signify the loss of spiritual love. This card forewarns you to be careful about whom you trust. Someone you know will turn out to be undependable or insincere. And mind you, some of these things have not happened yet, so it's not confirming things of the past, and it may not be active in the present. Especially with this specific deck, it possibly hasn't happened yet, so just be mindful. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to do coins. Like, let's go back to that. Well, I didn't forget to do it. I just forgot that we have another C card out here. So with coins, money will be coming to you. Giant golden coins appear to be falling from a cloudless sky onto a bed of flowers. Good fortune is in store for the querist who chooses this card, as it signifies that money will be forthcoming. Love that for you. That goes a lot hand in hand with the opportunity or windfall energy. Yeah. Now let's see. L. Okay. We got 3 L's out here. All right. Now, the leg. Okay. Somebody with skinny legs. It doesn't have to really be skinny, but not as thick, right? Now, stepping into a new experience is what this signifies. A leg is firmly planted on the ground. Even though the leg is well formed and muscular, there is no way of telling if the leg belongs to a man or a woman. This card indicates that you will be stepping into a new experience during the time frame shown. Now, the time frame that we did get was November, okay? But it doesn't have to be that far along. If I would have kept pulling cards, I'm sure we probably would have got another month, but I didn't continue to pull cards. So November could be a significant month. Amongst other months, February could be significant. Now, not sure what this experience will entail or be. Now, with lightning coming out, okay, it talks about control your anger or you will be sorry. A bolt of lightning thunders down from a storm-filled sky. This card warns you not to let your anger get out of control. If you lash out in a moment of anger, you will have many hours of regret. Wow. Now, with the lion, time to act. A lion, lord of the jungle, king of the beasts, strides purposefully through the savannah, prepared to meet and vanquish whatever crosses its path. Your throat chakra could be very significant. It fears no one, man or beast. Follow the lion's example and overcome indecision. It is time to act or face the consequences for being tentative. Tentative. Wow. Excuse me. All right. Now we got the pig, which signifies beware of greed. A pig, round and fat, pokes its nose out of the underbrush, and it looks for more food to become even fatter. This card advises the querist not to become too greedy. This card also forewarns you to beware of other people who could harm you with their greed. Okay, that can go hand in hand with someone is behaving stupidly, amongst other things. Okay. Angel number 5 could be significant. In tarot, the number 5 usually can talk about problems, not enough solutions, questions, not a lot of answers. In numerology, it can tie to freedom. It also can tie to change, all right, amongst other things. Now, with the ring, it talks about a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. A shining golden ring is surrounded with lilies and roses, indicating both spiritual and romantic love. Wow, remember we just got done talking about the spiritual love thing? So this symbol signifies that you or someone close to you will soon enter into a marriage. The marriage could either be a romantic union between two lovers or a business union for financial gain. Now with the turkey, all right, someone is behaving stupidly. A turkey struts across the farmyard, unaware that it is regarded as a stupid animal. This card signifies that either the querist is behaving stupidly or someone the querist has dealings with is behaving foolishly. Either way, it is the querist who will be affected by the stupidity. Damn. Yep, that can have a lot to do with the greed energy. All right, now the last card here is the wishbone. Okay, and with this wishbone, it talks about a wish is granted. A large wishbone appears in front of the querist. Lucky is the querist who chooses this card. It signifies that a wish very dear to to your heart will be granted. Now, that could be that love situation. That could be this new opportunity. It really all depends, okay? But as I said before, we can go ahead and confirm these cards individually a lot more. I'm going to match them up together here. 1 second. Okay, all the negative ones. Windfall. Okay. All right, so how I put these together, right? Give me one more card out here to match it up. They gave me 2. We got the cat coming out with the flag. A two-faced friend. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. When it comes to a two-faced friend, do not be tempted to lower your standards. This could have a lot to do with the time to act card and someone you know is undependable and insincere. So those 4 most definitely could go together. So you're being encouraged to act, because this can bring you into some type of opportunity or windfall that can cause you stepping into a new experience, and that can also evolve around money coming to you. Okay, maybe this can even tie to a marriage that will take place, whether it's romantic or whether it's business wise. But I feel like this is going to be a wish very dear and close to your heart. Now, when it comes to this person that's behaving stupidly, that has a lot of greed going on, they may try to make you do something against your will. Now, control your anger or you will be sorry, okay? All you need to do is just take action towards your dreams, your goals, etc. All right. Once again, the month of November could be very significant. I'm seeing fear, worries, intense situations, but I'm also seeing a new home, new attitude. So this could have a lot to do with travel, leaving behind people who don't serve you, and where your nervous system can't rest, right? You don't want to be around that type of energy or people. Okay. Now, some of you guys, you're going to be getting this new home, and this is possibly going to change your energy a lot. So maybe it's time to act when it comes to travel, a new home, this experience, right? Someone will probably try to sway you otherwise, or whatever the case may be. That's why you're encouraged to act, because I feel like this will be really, really good for you. All right. You have to take it how it resonates. You could be waiting for some type of news, a package, or a letter now or in the future. Okay, I'm seeing the ant, work, achievement, and success. You guys possibly are going to be coming into this energy of working. So you're going to need all the mental rest and emotional healing and physical ease. Okay, because whatever this work is, I feel like it is going to be, it goes hand in hand with achievement and success. So I feel like this is going to be beneficial. We can see what it's tying to with the ant here. It ties to, okay, so an industrious ant carries a leaf as large as itself. This may be a big task, okay? But you can handle it. It says, it looks neither left nor right, completely absorbed in its task of carrying the leaf as quickly as possible to its nest. Some of y'all are way too focused on getting this somewhere that you're not even paying attention left or right. Similar to crossing the street, not looking both ways. Something is too much on your mind, or you're focusing too much on something. However, it says the ant signifies that you will have achievements and success, but you will have to work hard for them. If you are not prepared to exert the necessary effort, then achievements and success will not be forthcoming. Okay, so that's why we talked about getting your energy together and everything else. Okay, it's going to be really important. Encouraging yourself. Okay. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend. Okay. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend. Hey. Good. You? That's good. She good. Yes, ma'am. It's alright, but sometimes it get a little bit too cold. Yes, ma'am. What you was doing for the day? Um, right. So it was from a meat market. Um, well, I thought you was calling to ask where dad was or something. Yeah, right. You been alright? That's good. Yes, ma'am. Right now I'm on live. Right now I'm on live, but I said I'm fine. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thanks. Yes, ma'am. All right. Love you as well. Okay. All right. Bye. I showed about to send it to voicemail, but I was like, let me see what my grandma wants. Send to voicemail might sound harsh, but we did talk about the older individuals earlier. Up, Jonesy, go. Up, good girl. Child, okay. Cleansing the energy within and around. Sit. All right. Be mindful of misunderstandings due to having some type of wall up. All right, remember we talked about the rabbit earlier? I'm seeing too much concern with sexual matters. And remember I was telling y'all somebody who doesn't practice semen retention could be the one that's acting stupidly. Some of you guys could be experiencing sexual frustration as well. Or maybe others. Any more messages here for the collective? Yeah, bottled up. Something's about to explode because there's been many unexpressed emotions. Somebody is like a time bomb due to holding back. So be mindful of this. That's probably why we talked about controlling your anger or being mindful of other people who needs to control their anger. Because even if they don't, you will still be affected some way, somehow. So make sure we got exposed coming out. Something is about to be exposed. All right. Or maybe this is just signifying a fragile heart, you being too open, therefore in danger of heartbreak. So just be mindful of that. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. All right, on the back of the deck, negativity. On the front, fierce temper. And the card that came out, which also came out in reverse, is secret past. I feel like you guys don't really have secrets. Nothing that you won't share. Okay? Yeah, but there could be something ending between a person who was very insincere, where they sold you a dream. Okay? Somebody who was very two-faced. Possibly because you know something isn't right and you're facing it head on. Finding out the truth to something. Now with negativity here, it says, like a dark cloud above, you are depressed. Okay, so confirmation, you are depressed. That's so sad. Okay, you have to tend to yourself. It's really important. We have fierce temper here. Okay, has too many anger issues and dark moods. Okay, abusive. So maybe you dealt with somebody who had this traumatic past, etc. They never healed it. And you, however, even though you went through your own traumas, you still were this open, friendly, heartfelt individual. Okay, but there could be some skeletons in someone's closet. Okay, somebody is not telling the whole story of a situation, maybe about what they went through, what they've experienced, how they become the person that they are today. It will be exposed, or maybe it's slightly rubbing the surface, but not fully exposed. Okay, but this is talking about a person that has many anger issues and dark moods. They could be pretty much abusive, and they can also be somebody who's depressed or just a very pessimistic individual. Okay, a dark cloud follows them wherever they go. Now be mindful of being in this energy yourself. Okay, but I feel like some of you guys, you've become depressed or in a certain space of negativity because of the people who you are around, who your heart was being exposed to, who let you down in many ways. And a lot of times when you're not speaking up, opening up that heart, that throat chakra, you could be in this energy of bottling up way too much to where you're just a ticking time bomb ready to explode. So just be mindful. Okay, we also have Two-Face coming out and facing it. This was the cards that I had came across before. It says, you know something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. Okay, now with this Two-Faced energy, it says playing with your emotions is insincere, not who you think. So someone is operating in this with this false mask on. They're not revealing who they truly are, what they truly want. Their intentions are not pure. They are not who you think that they are. And they're playing with your emotions, which is very insincere. So once again, we're picking up on that insincere individual who behaves stupidly. So you don't want to be anywhere around this person, near this person, for the karma that they're going to be reaping, whether they are the ones who's creating these problems or getting dealt these karmas due to however they acted, whatever they've done. And this could be something that is not as simple to miss. You know, like how I just bumped my arm, didn't see it coming, couldn't avoid it, etc. So just be mindful. I feel like this could be something that could be avoided, but just be mindful of missing that window and period time. So be attentive, practice mindfulness. All right, we also have dark side coming out. Your dark side keeps you from enjoying the love you have. Don't let it steal your joy, okay? We also have toxic coming out. On the back, we have bad timing. It says destructive relationship, manipulative, gaslighting, okay? This is involved in this toxic situation. Now, bad timing. It says too little, too late. Taken, not ready to love again. Okay? For some of y'all, you're in a connection and you're not yet ready to be in that connection. For others of you guys, someone or something just has bad timing. Okay? Something could be just too little or too late. Or you could just be in this energy of not ready to love again because you've been burned before. Okay? Now, that's why something is coming up as a brief affair, because you're being encouraged to brace for a sudden ending. Something that's short but sweet. It can't last. Maybe because there's bad timing. Maybe because there is toxicity involved. Okay, once again, past, present, and future energy could be significant. I feel like you guys are very lucky, though. No matter what you experience in your life, things most definitely could have been much worse. Okay. We got empty coming out. It's also coming out in the reverse. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. That it is. You guys are healing, though. We got sneaky snake. Maybe someone doesn't. You've seen this already, and maybe you tried to just brush it under the rug. But when someone shows you who they are, believe them. All right? Somebody could be going behind your back. Okay? I'm seeing swindler, deceitful. So be mindful. Cut your grass because there may be some snakes in it. All right? This could be someone who cares about their public image. All right? They could be worried about appearances. They can't relax. They're very conceited. Be mindful if this is your energy. Okay? All right. Way too many cards. Yeah, gold digger. It takes two, most definitely. Any last messages here for the collective? But I'm seeing news of a birth or a new business opportunity, though. Maybe you'll have to actually put some work in, though, or you won't see the results that you've been hoping for, or that can actually come from this hard work. Okay? Some of you guys, you're very closed off. You're not emotionally available. You could be distracted. I'm seeing that this is due to some type of hurt in the past. Now with escape here, it says love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. Okay? Because some of y'all, you be coming into connections just so you can feel better, or just because so it can fill some type of void. But that's never going to happen. Just like you can't fill the void for someone else, they cannot fill that void for you. Don't run from things. Don't escape things. In order to get out of a situation, you have to walk through it, right? If you want to get to the other side of the tunnel, you have to walk through it. You're never alone. Release the fears. If you're still having fear, then just be gentle with yourself and work through your fears, okay? One step at a time. Possibly before the situation can even come about, because it's probably going to be a little bit more hard to do when you're in the midst of it. So try practicing these things beforehand. A lot of you guys, you're encouraged to start on something right now, not tomorrow, not next year. We got late bloomer, age gap or immature, attitude. Okay, something out of sync, needs more time. Okay. Yeah, so y'all dealing with people who are very childish. Tell me more about this person behaving stupidly. Tell me about them. This is, once again, somebody who's conceited, cares about their image, worries about appearances. This is also somebody who's possibly all talk, like a silver-tongued devil. This could be somebody who's a big flirt, okay, all talk, no action. And they could be most definitely a player, as well as very controlling. Okay, this is someone who needs to be right all the time. They're pretty much possessive. They're a jealous lover, okay? And maybe some of you guys are escaping from this, whether this was your own love union or whether this was just a relationship with someone that you love, a friend, a family member. Okay, that's possibly why you guys have become so closed off. Okay, but some of these people, they're just in it for what they can get. A lot of these people are money hungry. They do things that are self-serving. They are very selfish people. They're not selfless. Even when it comes to things that are for you, meant for you, they still feel entitled or whatever the case may be. But they're a joke. They're someone that has, like, it's giving someone has to be the adult in the room, okay? So either they're going to grow up or they're going to get out. Whether you're going to leave this place or they're going to leave this place. But you shouldn't keep putting up with this, because guess what? It's really all a game to this person. They really just having fun. All right? Some of y'all, you may not be able to make a solid plan. You could be very flighty and ungrounded. It's time to get back grounded. Connect with the earth, connect with nature. Some of you guys could have unrealistic expectations. You could be very high maintenance. Some people may look at you as a diva. But once again, keep your expectations low and your standards high. I don't feel like you ask for much at all. It's really just the basics, okay? You could be dealing with people who are cut both ways. Maybe they have good and bad aspects of themselves, but the bad is just as important, okay? Because a lot of times we can all portray some type of good energy, but it's important how we come off behind closed doors, or the parts that we try to hide from the world. And a lot of these people, they have skeletons. Some of these people, they are into the same sex, and this is something that they hate. They are possibly on the down low, okay? They're very devilish, okay? And once again, for a lot of you guys, this is not talking about just one person or just one group of, like, a category. Like, oh, this is strictly romance, or this is just strictly platonic, or this is just one person. No, there's several people that could be coming out in your reading based on who you are, okay? But trouble follows them around, okay? This could be something or a person or an energy that's very tempting. They can have this addictive charm. All right, now do be mindful that some people, they do things on purpose, but also just because that's just, it's similar to, I lost my train of thought. That's crazy. So some of y'all, you could have been dealing with trauma bonding, narcissistic individuals, to the point to where your memory has even become very diminished, or I just feel like your memory has took a huge slap, or whatever word I'm trying to say. You could be dealing with people who probably didn't finish school, or whose vocabulary is very low. Okay, they have a IQ, they are not smarter than a 5th grader, okay? But aside from this person, or maybe this person could be involved, because I honestly feel like some people, they meant what they did, they meant what they said, but a lot of times you got to charge it to the game, because some people, and then I heard product of environment. So be mindful of who you're around. Just like if there's an apple that's spoiled and the other apple is touching it or near, that other apple is going to be spoiled or rotten as well. But it says they didn't mean to hurt you, but you are holding on to it. Forgiving helps you get past it. Whether this is romantic connections, platonic connections, okay? Whether you felt like someone meant exactly what they did or what they said, it doesn't. Try to think of things in a way that can help you move forward. Don't think of things in a way that keeps you stagnant, that keeps you hurt. Because if you ask me whether somebody did something on purpose or not, I already told you guys, a devil is going to be a devil, an angel is going to be an angel. If they show up how they show up, all you do is take that into account, acknowledge it. Somebody show you who they are, believe them the first time, but move forward accordingly. Forgive, because you're not forgiving for somebody else. You're not forgiving because you're over it. You're not forgiving because you're healed. You're forgiving for your own peace and sanity, okay? Now, a lot of people show up how they show up because possibly their childhood, but there's no excuse, right? But you're dealing with people who are also self-righteous. They have this fat head, okay? They act spiritually superior. They're condescending. They're very preachy as well, okay? This is a vicious circle here, okay? Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits. This is a no-win situation, okay? So honestly, these are the type of people that you remove from your energy, and maybe permanently, because a lot of these people, they don't change, and a lot of these people, they cause you so much turmoil and pain and mentally and emotionally instability that it's healthy for you to remove them. Sometimes it be your own, I was about to say parents, it be your own family and friends and lovers, but you don't owe anyone anything. Once again, I know you come into a world and you get told, oh, God first, family second, or oh, this is not very traditional to cut your family off, or to cut this person off, or to do this or to do that. Once again, you are your own person. You can always change the route, trajectory, beliefs of yourself in your life. A lot of you guys are starseeds, and you're dealing with people who 9 times out of 10, the change won't happen until you decide to release them. Okay? So you're really doing yourself a favor and these other individuals a favor. People know why you cut them off. They know why. Some people, they try to act like they don't know. This could be someone who's born during November or the winter time periods, or maybe they have someone else similar or in their energy that could have been born in November or the winter or whatever. But yeah, we got the tortoise coming out in July. I was feeling this energy of July. That's pretty funny. We got the fox here, which talks about shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, and then we have slowly but surely getting ahead. That's fine. Slow and steady wins the race, honey. As long as you get to the destination. Okay, you don't have to be a rabbit, right? Yeah, we got happiness here. Flowers. Love that. Yeah, a fair man. Whether he has blonde, gray, or white hair could be significant. All right. Pleasure with a close friend is here. Got the dog close up. Dogs that are long-haired could be very significant. All right, we got the frying pan coming out. It talks about trouble and accusations. There go happiness again. Don't let anyone get in the way of your happiness. As I told you, you're the only one that's in the way of your happiness, dreams, life overall, okay? Not the next person. Some of you guys could be experiencing muddled, unclear thinking. Want to make sure you nip that in the bud, okay? Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Literally. Some of you guys, you're literally going to have to put the work in. And it's not going to be something that's possibly happening overnight. It's possibly going to be something you have to be consistent in and hardworking in. Especially if you want to create some type of solid foundation or success. Okay, and speaking of that, we got the Tower energy coming out. It talks about solid foundation and success with effort. Okay, we talked about this energy earlier when we talked about the... I can't remember if we talked about the time to act energy or something else. All right. We got the cane coming out. It says pay attention to your health. Exactly. Some of you guys are depressed. Some of you guys are going through a lot of mental fog and a lot of things. So at this point in time, it's really important to pay attention to your health and do what you need to do in order to help yourself come into a better energy. All right. And then we have the well coming out. You have great worry over nothing. Okay, there's great worry over nothing. Okay? If you cut out worry, there can be peace. All right? Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And if it's not going to happen, you didn't cause yourself to be worried and have all this anxiety for no reason. So be mindful. I'm seeing a lighthearted, carefree time coming out with the jug here. All right? I'm seeing disappointment in a friend or a lover. That's what I'm saying. Be mindful of who you connect with. You can always avoid certain things, all right? We give ourselves karma. I'm seeing the butterfly come out, which signifies a change for the better. Literally. And I'm seeing family wishes come true. Some of you guys are going to be able to connect with somebody who you can create a magical, beautiful experience with, have kids with, create a legacy with, something stable, okay? It's all up to you. It's all up to you. We are the creators of our reality. However you got to where you are now has a lot to do with what you've done, what you didn't do. So keep that in mind. All right, we got the ear coming out, and I don't know why I thought of fear, but expect good news. Some of you guys probably be worried that you're probably going to hear some bad news, but I'm seeing good news here. So expect it. Always expect the good news. Never the opposite, okay? You will receive a gift. This could be in the form of a new home, which will bring about a new attitude. Okay, or maybe this gift is separate. Yeah, but money will be coming to you. So I feel like you're going to be able to build, to create, come into a better energy. Any other messages, any advice for the collective? We got someone new is entering your life. So make sure you are creating your relationships as well. A lot of times we have a habit of just letting people come into our lives and letting people sought after us and all of this stuff, and let people come into our life who choose us and we don't choose them. This is your life. This is your reality. You can choose people who you want in your life. Okay? Maybe it's important for you to do such a thing. You know, instead of waiting for other people to come in and, hi, my name is Jamal. What's your name? Instead, you could probably pursue people, okay? Trust your intuition. All right. All right. Situations in balance that require careful handling. This could tie to a position of authority, okay? They came out together. They don't have to go hand in hand, but the throne signifies position of authority, and the grasshopper signifies a situation or situations in the balance that require careful handling. Whether that's paying close attention to detail, whether that's doing this, doing that. You'll have to trust in your intuition. Be mindful every message may not be for you, but a lot of times we can take messages how they resonate for us. This is not a personal message. It's a collective. If you want to get on the list, $10 questions, $50 readings, and donation base is accepted for those who can't afford my prices. Donation base is anything that you are able to afford, okay? The name Phil could be significant, okay? This, wow, confirmation. These same cards came out earlier, and they all came out pretty much individually, and it was up to, you know, me, myself, and I to put them together to see what is what. Confirmation. Remember, we was talking about the advice, and what I had in my mind was to get clarity on the things that have already came out. But instead, I just said advice. So, lightning came out, which signifies control your anger or you will be sorry. Turkey came out, which signifies someone is behaving stupidly. And the lion came out, which ties to time to act. And I remember before we talked about how somebody was trying to get you to do things against your will because maybe they have greed that's surfacing their energy. Maybe they are somebody who's very controlling, okay, my way or the highway type of energy, even when it has nothing to do with them. It's your birthright, it's your life, it's your journey, right? So confirmation that it's time to act because someone is behaving stupidly. You're gonna need to control your anger when it comes to this situation, or you may end up having regret for a certain amount of time, especially hourly. All right, so it is time to act, and I promise you, this action that you're doing, it could be you separating yourself, you creating something better for yourself, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing guaranteed success and time to go out and have fun. So this could really tie into many different things, but I do know that it's for sure something that's a good opportunity. So taking action most definitely will be great. Maybe this could tie to a new job or career, or a new job and career is coming in, okay? Something about a vacation is here. I'm seeing dealings or relationship with a woman. The month of June and October would be significant, whether that is the zodiac sign energy, whether that was the year of 2025 or 2026 that's upcoming, okay? But yeah, life is what you make it, okay? We got the pineapple here. It talks about reconciliation. If you are unsure or unclear on if you should reconcile with someone, maybe that's confirmation on why you shouldn't. A lot of times we respond out of scarcity tactics, out of fear, out of desperation, okay? If your life was fully together, if you had all that you needed, you probably wouldn't reconcile with anybody that you cut off in your life, okay? 9 times out of 10, if you cut somebody off, you cut them off for a reason. So don't forget that, okay? Why would God put somebody back into your life? To help you. They've only hindered and hurt you. Sometimes it could be our own traumas interfering, worried, stress. But if people gave you a reason to be in that energy, it's not like something out the blue happened and you just didn't heal your past trauma and now you come into a whole new connection bleeding out on that. No, I'm sure people gave you reasons to feel insecure, unsafe, etc. Validate your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Now, reconciliation, pineapples are significant. I do not recommend, okay? Sometimes when I was doing messages, I always was telling the collective, oh, you don't want to reconcile, da, da, da. Then I got to a point in time to where I didn't want to tell people what to do in their lives because honestly, it's your life. You do what you want. And sometimes a lesson is very necessary. And if we're going to do something, we're going to do it anyway. But now, after my own experiences, that's why I label myself as a wise counsel. So when I give readings, when I do mentorships, a lot of it will be based on my own wisdom or whatever the case may be. I've done the reconciliation thing. I am at a point in time where I feel like it's literally unnecessary. Meet new people, okay? It's literally unnecessary. Sometimes, once again, this is predictions. So maybe you're going to be reconciling. And maybe this could be with somebody of a past life. It doesn't necessarily have to be this lifetime. But you can save yourself a lot of hurt, a lot of trauma, and a lot of going backwards if you stop looking back. Some of y'all, the nostalgia be kicking in. Some of y'all, the guilt be kicking in. Keep moving forward and remember why you're doing so. A lot of times it's for your own mental and emotional stability, health, finances, spiritual path, whatever. Make it make sense because it does. Okay, the confusion, the illusion, that's exactly what it is. It's an illusion. You've already had the clarity. You already had gained the wisdom. It's no point in constantly bumping your head again and again. Sometimes we need to be reminded. Sometimes we have to be reminded that we're settling, that we're overgiving. We already talked about that earlier, okay? Thank you, Miss Taylor. Okay, but I'm seeing protection from a powerful friend and family matters. So this powerful friend could be a being that doesn't walk this earthly plane. It could be spiritually guided, okay? But the horseshoe is here. I told you good luck is really on your side, honestly. Even if you probably experienced some things that didn't feel too grand, sometimes it's just necessary, right? But it's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot to look forward to. Now, that reconciliation energy, we can get more energy on that, but I already know it's unnecessary to reconcile with people who've caused you some type of mental or emotional instability. Like, if you didn't dish out anything to this person, you were literally in divine feminine, balanced out with divine masculine energy, genuine, no false mask, but you attracted somebody who was in that energy. They were simply a lesson to learn how to let go and love you and to evolve, to grow, to awaken. There's nothing else that they need to do in your life. They've already showed you exactly what you need to be shown. Okay? Don't second guess it. Don't be over here confusing yourself. A lot of you guys, you have a refined intellect. A lot of you guys are high priestesses, very intuitive. Right. Grateful for that spiritual lesson. Speaking of that, we'll see what these cards are going to say. All right. First card. I remember every detail of that day. This could be your energy or it could be someone else's. See, some of y'all, something was so detrimental or just traumatizing that you still remember it. Even if your brain, even if you're having memory issues or whatever the case may be, you didn't imagine what you went through. You literally went through it. You survived it, but a lot of times you're still experiencing that aftermath where you're still needing to heal and process and reflect. A lot of times healing is reflecting over what you've been through, accepting that it happened, and forgiving those involved, even if you have to forgive yourself, because a lot of times we are our worst critics. Okay, we beat ourselves up about a lot of stuff. Oh, I should have did this, I should have done that, or da da da. Okay, it says I knew exactly what I was doing. This can even be coming from your higher self, like allowing you to bump your head and go this way and go that way, especially if it was necessary. You know, once again, if you knew better, you'll do better. So apparently you didn't know no better, right? So it's going to happen either way. But this can also be confirmation from people outside of yourself. These people knew exactly what they were doing. Okay? Stop being in self-delusion. All right? It says, I wish things could be different, but it's not. Okay? You got people who wishing things could be different. And the crazy thing is things could be different if they actually tried. Okay? Not saying that people don't try, because maybe sometimes they actually do, but it's just still not enough. I came across this video that says maybe people are trying to give it their all. Maybe people are implementing this and implementing that. But if it's still bare minimum and not enough to you and for you, don't feel bad. It's just not enough. Why settle for silver when you bring about gold, right? You deserve to receive that as well. Don't feel bad. It be your own parents. It be your own people who you have kids with. It be people who you have history with. It be the friends. It be like a lot of people who are close to you. But if it wasn't something that could have shifted something within you, then you probably wouldn't have gained the wisdom, etc. So a lot of these things that were very challenging, close to heart, imagine if it was things that happened to people who you barely felt a way towards. You know, it probably wouldn't have really struck a nerve. It probably wouldn't have really shifted your whole reality. Okay? It says, It's time for me to heal now. That's the truth. It's time for these individuals to heal, and it's time for you to heal. A lot of times this has to be done separately, okay? You can't heal in the midst of fire, okay? A lot of times you try to bring people with you and heal with these very people who've caused you to be in the energy. And like I said, since I've already experienced that path and that time, I can be able to speak on it more confidently and to say reconciliation with people who've already let you down, especially many times, especially in ways that cause trauma. It's just a no for me, okay? It's a no, all right? It says, I can't stop thinking about you. That's fine. Y'all may see readings where people telling y'all this person misses you or da-da-da. That's just the reality. They're just giving a message they feel called to give or whatever the case may be. But you don't have to, you can acknowledge things. You can acknowledge, yeah, I did love this person. Yeah, this, and that, right? You don't have to ignore it, avoid anything or whatever. But also bring in the part about what you now want moving forward. You want true love. You want real love. You want harmonious relationships. You don't want anybody that lacks that lacks emotional intelligence, etc., right? But confirmation, they can't stop thinking about you. And maybe you've been thinking about somebody and you just can't stop thinking about them. But this is why you find positive outlets. You journal. You talk about things out loud. You talk to yourself. Okay? It's very much fine. You're not crazy. Okay? Connecting with new people could be very healing as well. You don't have to isolate yourself just because you're healing, but it's important for you to have your own solitude as well. All right. We got, I am not available. Simple as that. Maybe this person is already in a relationship. Maybe they're emotionally unavailable. Okay. But this could be you. You're not available. You're not available for stupidity. You're not available for bare minimum. Okay. Some of you guys, you're probably just depressed and not available for real. All right. You got people who are watching your social media because that's the only way they can access you. Some of these people know not to come into your energy again. Some of these people literally realize that, damn, I literally get karma for hurting this person or this, and that. Some of these people just don't believe in spirituality or a certain thing. So they just, you know. But it says, I hope that you can forgive me one day. So some of y'all are dealing with people who possibly genuinely didn't mean to hurt you, of course. But it's still not an excuse. It's still not a sign for you to let your guard back down and reconnect. Because a lot of times these people are going to literally cause you the same trauma. It may not be intentional. It may be because what they need to work on. But that don't mean that you got to be somebody's emotional punching bag and example. And no. Okay? Stop constantly putting yourself through things. Once again, you have many soulmates. You don't just have one. And a lot of these soulmates are only coming into your life to teach you something. Okay? At times, we're both the teacher and the student in our life. What point in time is this moment trying to teach you? Whether it's tomorrow, next year. Ask yourself these questions. Just being near you is intoxicating. I want to be more than friends. Okay? Be mindful of people in obsessive energy. I made a video a while ago that says, do not get flattered by things that are toxic. Okay? When people are so obsessed, desperate, that's not really, it's not healthy. Okay? It sound cool. It sound like, ooh, period, da da. But no. Okay? Look, confirmation, my life is not as together as it seems. My life is not as together as it seems. Be mindful. It's not about how it looks on the outside, whether it's looks, whether it's, because a lot of people, they have on masks, right? Anybody can try to portray an image, but it's all about if that's who they really are. And 9 times out of 10, it's not. You've already came across people who you thought was the one, this, and that, and all of a sudden they don't do the same things that they used to do. That's because a lot of people they have on a mask, they know how to attract someone or get someone, but they don't know how to keep them. Because it's simply because they've shown up in an energy that was not who they were. Some people be literally low-key, unintentionally manipulated or intentionally. You got people who like, I know I messed up everything, but a lot of times people won't tell you. They'll blame you. Okay, some of y'all lost yourselves in connections for real. And I just feel like a lot of this has really helped y'all, like, in a way that, oh no, I'm not doing this again. Or no, I can't do this again. Or I won't do this again. You know? Probably being more serious with yourself, with your life, etc. Which is important. Live with purpose and intent. I actually feel like it can do you really great justice when you are literally operating in North Node energy rather South Node. Okay, so expand, get out of your comfort zone. Believe in yourself and believe that great things can happen for you. Sometimes we stay in situations, deal with situations because of fear, because of lack, because of scarcity tactics and everything else. That's because we don't know our worth. We don't see our worth. You can love yourself or feel you love yourself and still not love yourself, you know? It has nothing to do with, oh, I don't love myself, I'm just da-da. No, it has a lot to do with the things that you're still accepting, you know, self-sacrificing, people-pleasing. You can love yourself, but at the same time, do things that don't really show that. You can love other people more than you love yourself, right? And no shade, it's like you grow up in a world where people don't teach you about self-love. They don't teach you about this and about that. But the thing is, regardless, you're always going to come into what you need to know in this lifetime. Even if you don't have help from other people to help you see these things. Regardless, you're going to come into exactly what you need to know. You just got to keep moving forward. You got to keep living. All right? Don't lie to yourself. I regret lying to you. So as I said, you can have certain people who is just... maybe they want it to be different. Maybe they want it to be better. And they just couldn't be. Like I said, I feel like we all can be. It just takes practice. It takes healing. It takes consistency. Okay? If people always feel like, oh, this is hard. This is too much work. Are they really putting in effort? And I like to think of, well, who am I to comment on somebody else's effort and trying and everything else? But at the end of the day, you have wisdom. You literally show up as high priestess energy. You're literally a whole queen or king of cups. So emotionally mature, intelligent, balanced, nurturing, compassionate. You can give great advice, etc. The list goes on. Like, what do you mean, who am I to da-da-da? The perfect candidate, if you ask me. The perfect candidate, y'all. Don't forget to follow me if you guys haven't followed me already. Some people believe that you will be together again. Some people believe that. And if you got abandoned by somebody, these people left you before you could leave them. Some people out here burying themselves in work to forget about you, or maybe you're doing things to forget and avoid people. Once again, you can have positive outlets to things, but don't avoid or be in this particular energy, because you're always going to have to come back to a time where you have to focus on it. That's why I say whatever you know you need to do it, because you're always going to still have to do it anyway. I'm starting to understand our connection, just like Miss Taylor had said earlier, you know. So some of you guys are understanding why you've encountered these people. Some of these people are understanding why they encountered you. A lot of it could be for spiritual reasons, higher reasons, okay? You wonder if somebody is happy without you, or they wonder if you're happy without them. But the thing is, that's the problem. You still focusing on the past. You cut people off for a reason. Let's move forward. Sometimes you still may think about a situation. Nostalgia may kick in. Whatever. That's fine. Acknowledge it. In order to heal, you have to feel anyway. So be depressed, be stressed. But I really wouldn't recommend depression or stress, because a lot of times sadness eventually turns into depression. I feel like you should work through things and nip things in the bud right then and there, because sometimes you forget. Right? Sometimes you're trying to reflect on something that you don't even remember. Sometimes your brain pushes things to the back of your head so you don't even remember it. You have trouble communicating, recalling things, etc. Look, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. We both know I am not the one for you. People, they love to think it. They love to feel it, but they know. That's why they're afraid to contact you, because they've already got confirmation. Remember we talked about that earlier, how some people know not to reach out? Some of them just scared. They don't know what to say. They're just ashamed of how they've shown up in a situation. But I feel like you're leaving a lot of things behind. As I made a video before that said, this is the ending of the collective's heartbreak era. But it just requires you to not go backwards. You've went backwards how many times already? You done reconciled, broke up, reconciled, broke up. Did you not learn enough? If you didn't, you're going to most definitely do it again. But if you did, it's finally time to move forward and embrace this new beginning. Endings do bring about new beginnings. Now there's a new way of living. Now there's a new way of doing, a new way of being. A lot of times this is liberation. Don't run away from freedom. You're running away from, you escaping toxicity and psychotic individuals and people who are literally just going to keep causing you mental and emotional instability. So you can't feel bad. You're attracting somebody who's wealthy. See, you're releasing people who is poor within finances, poor within spirit, poor within their emotions. And you're attracting somebody who's on your level. I don't care if you got $2 to your name. You're wealthy. Okay? I told you success is not outside of you. It's within. It's who you are. Okay? Look, abundance. Some of y'all living lives of poor people. We have free will. When we don't see our worth, we don't see our worth. You're not meant to struggle in this life, but can you struggle? Yeah. For sure. You're not even behind bars, but it feels like you're trapped, confined. You got to take advantage of the world. You got to take advantage. You got to travel. You got to do a lot of things. Don't hold yourself back from, once again, don't alienate yourself. See, some people, they be evil eyeing you. They'll be wanting things to happen for you or work for you. You just gotta come into this rejuvenated space, this better energy. We got occupation here. Remember we talked about that new job and everything? But a job, a title, or position could be significant. I remember we picked up on that authority energy. Some of you guys are going to go from poverty to very much the money is going to be flowing in. Remember, this is temporary. And a lot of times you're only here because of your own energy. If you don't want to be poor, don't be poor. Sometimes, once again, it does take hard work. You can't just expect to wake up one day and then $1 million in your bank account. You got to create that. Work smarter, not harder. A lot of you guys are in this North Node energy or being encouraged to. When you operate in this energy, that's how things are going to flow to you. Good things. Okay? But choose wisely. Not everything that glitters is gold. Okay? But there's opportunities. Windfalls. I'm talking to somebody who's single, sexy, successful, reaping karma. So you got people who's getting karma and you're getting dharma. If you know that you weren't the one that acted out of integrity, etc., then maybe you're going to be getting karma. All right? You got people who was trying to do magic on your finances, trying to do magic on your life. Like they literally tried to play God and take you out the world. You can't do that, babe. They tried to change your reality. Only you can change. Only you can interfere and get in the way of things that are meant for you. Can't nobody else. I don't care if they a voodoo priestess, and voodoo is not even evil. So honestly, I don't care who they claim to be. We all bleed the same, etc. We're all different though. But nobody can try to play God over your life. You are literally co-creating with the universe. Some of y'all was operating in divine masculine energy and you got this karmic femme energy that's going on. Some of you guys, once again, divine feminine and divine masculine is necessary. Whether you're a male or a woman, both of these energies balanced is necessary. So somebody has this divine masculine and karmic femme energy, or there's a divine masculine and a karmic feminine. Okay? A lot of times these energies are not gender-based. They're just energies. So they're not necessarily people, just energies. But do know, regardless, People come into your life to help awaken you. Not all people are bad people, even though they do bad things. But a lot of times they just trigger things within you to help you grow, awaken, evolve. Okay? But you got to be so healthily obsessed with wanting more for yourself, tired of being in this poverty energy and mindset, that you change some things. See, a lot of y'all are intuitives, star seeds, earth angels. Life is meant to be extremely great, honestly. So what mindset do you need to shift? What change do you need to implement? What healing needs to be done? Give yourself time. Sometimes healing don't happen overnight. And sometimes you focused on one area of healing when there's other things that are healing in the shadows that you don't see. You'll be in a better energy by this time next year. Some of y'all was about to say this time tomorrow. So really, a lot of y'all, it's a mind thing rather than just emotional. But I'm seeing something's about to happen that's like unexpected. Maybe you're going to surprise some people, or maybe you're going to be surprised. Trust in your intuition. All right, but a doctor could be significant. Some results, or a job, a title, or position, an occupation could be significant. Some of you guys are healers by nature, not by a job you have. You could be a whole unemployed, or a student, or somebody who a janitor, literally be a healer. That's what I'm saying. It's your life. Some of y'all, I'm telling you, sometimes we just don't know who we are, though. Sometimes we just don't believe. Sometimes we just, you're a CNA. So something about your job, you guys' job, or a job is significant, or we got expectation. Maybe some of you guys have a strong belief that something will happen, or you're encouraged to. Sometimes we don't see ourselves in these higher positions. That's because we don't believe it can happen. Some of y'all, you need to actually have this strong belief that something will happen. I remember I told y'all keep y'all expectations low and your standards high. But when I say expectations low, that means when it comes to other people. Because sometimes we can't control people outside of ourselves, right? We can control ourselves. We can control who we allow in our life. That's why I said y'all got to connect with people who are on your level, or you're going to be disappointed. Because you wear your heart on your sleeve, which is something you need to work on. Okay? Some of y'all embodying this Queen of Swords energy, Ice Queen. You could be a bit head over heart, but I feel like that's from all the wisdom that you've obtained. See, a lot of y'all went through trial after trial after trial, trials and tribulations, and this is what puts you in this Ice Queen energy. But make sure you do some heart chakra work, because you don't want your heart to be frozen, okay? Go to Divine Feminine. Nurture yourself, heal yourself, and be this way towards others. That's naturally who you are anyway. So you are healing, nurturing, or caring for yourself for others. Okay, when this energy usually shows up, it's angel number 2, which can talk about balance, duality. It says you trust your emotions and inner wisdom. Usually when the divine energy is upright or it comes out, this is the energy that's being asked of you, encouraged, or you're already in it, or it's to come. Maybe it's talking about people outside of your energy. But you could be attracting masculine energy. You could be listening to your intuition. All right. It says allows love, support, and blessings to come to you. Yeah, this is not a chaser energy. This is not a person that feels helpless and desperate and cling to the first thing, that comes into somebody's peripheral. Like, no. All right. This energy talks about creative, soft, and expressive. You could be somebody who's soft, creative, and expressive, whether your skin is soft, whether you're just a fuzzy person, right? Some of y'all can come off as a bit cold. And I feel like that's just because you got some healing that you need to do. But you're ascending. Okay? Yep. You're moving upwards into alignment. Some of y'all, a lot of things are happening slowly but surely. Okay? Tells you starseed energy. Right? You're not from her. You're not from Earth. Before you came to Earth, you was incarnated from a whole nother world or place. Okay? You're a child of the cosmos. You're very different from others. Okay? You're spiritually awake or sensitive. You're drawn to helping or guiding. Okay? You could be an intuitive, psychic. You could be connected to the universe or the stars. Okay? You're highly empathetic. All right. Carries cosmic wisdom, higher consciousness, or gifts. Yep. These ain't no regular schmegular gifts, okay? You know how a lot of people, we have our gifts, and a lot of times your senses, you know how they be like the five senses, the touch, the smell, the da-da-da. Clairs, you can also look at those as senses, but a lot of times we don't normalize magic. We feel it's so, you know, out of this world, or whatever the case may be. That's the 3D plane for you. That's why you gotta stay committed on this spiritual path and this journey. And a lot of things will shift. A lot of things will be different. Sometimes maybe a little isolation can help. But I mean, isolation can be healthy in some cases, but it also can be not as grand. Isolation and solitude are two different things. A lot of times solitude is mainly normalized over isolation, but trust your intuition at all times. If you feel like isolation is good, then who am I to tell you it ain't? I don't care if I'm 80 years old. I don't care if I've been here 50 times, okay? That's what your greatest superpower is, that nobody else is like you. We all have a different mind and everything else, right? But as I said before, you come into a world where people already created a lot of things, right? There's different beliefs, there's traditions, there's all this. But you got to also remember that a huge chunk of history was isolated, left out, etc. It's crazy, though, that some things were still remembered. Like there was Queen Elizabeth, Prince of this. You know, the primordial times. The world has changed dramatically. But you guys are of royalty. You can't allow the government itself or anybody else to tell you where to go, how to be, what to do, etc. So that's why I'm saying, regardless, you got to make sure you quiet the noise on the inside. A lot of times there's internal conflict. Quiet battles. Silent battles. But you are in charge. I don't care if you got a government system, the president is self-look. That's why some of y'all, you may do need to get into creating an altar and connecting with your ancestors or your highest self and like all of this non-3D plane stuff. Because it is true, it do exist. I guarantee a lot of you guys possibly already seen these certain things anyway. So don't second guess yourself. Alright? Your foe or your enemy, they're going through some type of health concerns because they tried to put this energy onto you. You can't be out here messing with a person of divinity. There's a religious saying that says, touch not my anointed. And it don't even have to be a religious saying. Like I said, a lot of people, they steal information. They're about money, power, sex, and, you know, all this other stuff. So we don't even have to say it's a religious saying. It's just, it's known to be in the religious community. But touch not my anointed. It's just chosen ones you playing with. You can't be doing that. All right. The angel number 28 is out here. Angel number 34 is out here. Whether you're looking at it as a year, an age, a month, time-wise, okay, the day, whatever. Whether you do 2 plus 8 or 8 minus 2. Whether you do the 3 plus the 4 or the 4 minus 3. All right, let's take the messages how they resonate for you. Yeah, empath energy. Y'all gotta know you're not trapped. See, your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs is what creates your reality. If you feel like people are able to curse you, if you feel like people have power over you and all this stuff, that will reflect into your reality. See, the world on the outside is just a reflection of the world on the inside. All right, do remember, I don't just do tarot readings. I do life coaching, mentorships. Okay? Make sure you give me a follow if you haven't already, or you may never see my face again. If y'all want to get on the list for your own personal message, because this is not a personal, it's a collective. You're going to have to trust in your intuition. Not every message may be for you. Take it how it resonates. But I have $10 questions and $50 readings. In depth, don't disappoint, honesty, life-changing, all that. All right, but if you can't afford my prices, no problem. Donation-based is accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. If some of you guys are looking for advice, you can type it in the comments, and I don't mind giving it for free. But if you want to send in a donation, a tip, it's always welcomed and appreciated. All right, I do thank you guys for double tapping the screen. All right, if you want to send in gifts, okay, I appreciate it. All right, but yeah, y'all are literally a sweetheart. You could be going through some type of health concern of your own, though. Thank you. Y'all are literally earth angels. See, the thing is, y'all go through the toughest things. It's because when you love so deeply, you can also hurt so deeply, you know? But I feel like when y'all go through things, it's literally not happening to you, but for you. Sometimes we put ourselves through things. I've learned that we give ourselves karma, for real. Karma is cause and effect. What you do, what you don't do. You got into that heartbreak because maybe you moved a little bit too fast. Maybe you didn't really get to know that person on the soul's level. Maybe you bypassed the red flags. And hey, once again, if you knew better, you'll do better, right? A lot of y'all, you were just young at the time. You weren't taught certain things. You were just a product of your environment. Yeah, you had your own mind, but you also had model figures that surrounded you. Society, your parent or guardians, your family, whatever, right? But it's no excuse because, right, like I said, regardless, and I'm not saying there's no excuse like I'm being insensitive or insincere. No, your feelings are valid. And if you had better people around you, better model figures, then I'm sure a lot of things could have been avoided, right? But it also makes sense that we do be having our own mind and, you know, all of that. But anyways, I was supposed to be telling y'all something, but I low-key forgot. But yeah, I'm seeing real love. Some of y'all thought something was real love, and you ended up finding out just how much it wasn't. See, some of y'all was dealing with people that was literally sucking the energy out of you. Energy vampires. You over here Asian, not backwards, but forward. You 20-something. You look 30. Okay? It's not even funny. But you're attracting real love. So you need to get clear on these things. What is real love? What is true love? Because sometimes we get projected on. We have other people's beliefs instead of our own. Some people tell you, your marriage is hard. You know, you got to compromise. It's about sacrifice. Who told you that? Your grandma? Don't be over here spreading that over here. Just because your grandma didn't put up with somebody's shit, don't be spreading that, okay? So you got to be mindful. What are you bringing with you in this? That's why I said it's important to deprogram before you try to reprogram. You're trying to reprogram, and it's going to be some contradictions. It's going to be some confusion. It's going to be some cognitive dissonance, okay? But somebody going through a whole lot of, because they put you through a whole lot of unnecessary shit, okay? Because of their own greed, stupidity, insincerity. They got to reap what they've sown. Especially towards a chosen one. Are you crazy? Something about like a new smell. You know, like when you open up something new, a new deck, it has plastic over it. Something about that smell is sneaking. That's all that I'm smelling right now. 31. Yeah, now I thought of that saying when it was like, I gave my 20s to everybody but me. My 30s most definitely is going to be for me. Okay, I'm 24. But I'm applying that too, okay? I gave my whole life and everything else to other people. Now, baby, it's time. Okay, indigenous could be significant. Yeah, some of y'all, you're releasing the energy of lust, and you're removing people from your life who are very much lust demons, okay? Every age is beautiful. 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, child. I had a great grandma who made it to 102, I believe. She passed like 3 days before or after her birthday or something like that. But make sure you tend to yourself, like check your diet. You don't want to get old and barely able to walk. That's very much normalized, especially in the USA. It's a lot of things that are normalized in the USA. That's why you start seeing people leave the country, going to Thailand, all this stuff. Life is not meant to be a struggle, and it's also not meant to be built on money that was created by man. A lot of things were created by man. That's why I said whatever you need to do on your end, you got to do it. Sometimes it take work. Sometimes it take studying, right? Some of y'all, you could really benefit from gardening, right? You could really benefit from learning how to build, like basic building. You don't have to do the whole construction mechanical stuff, but learning how to build you something where you, like, say for instance, you see a group of rocks or bricks or even branches, right? You already know, okay, bet I need a water source. I see that there's water over here. I see that there's just mud right here. I see that there's rocks right here. I can make me a paste. I can build the rocks up mathematically, okay? Equally, okay? I can put the paste there, let it sit. I don't care how hard it rain. I don't care how cold it get. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be protected, okay? You ain't never got to want for nothing again, because a lot of people are working their ass off simply because they're trying to get you already where you need to be. Be in the present moment, because honestly, that's all that there is. Time is an illusion. There's no past, there's no present, there's no future, right? If you want to see it like that, you can. It's your life. But be in the present, okay? Yeah, I don't project on nobody. Whatever beliefs you have, you can keep them, okay? You don't have to believe in nothing that I believe in, honey. I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong. That's up for you to determine. It's your life. But I do believe in working smarter and not harder. Some of y'all, you just need to scream. You just need to let out some things. Maybe go to one of those places where you can just break things, or shit. Maybe if you can go to the dollar store, buy a bunch of little glass or whatever. Just go break it freely. Maybe clean it up, but you know, they have raised rooms, or screaming in a pillow could help, hugging a tree, really anything, okay? I'm seeing somebody's boss could be significant, or maybe you're meant to be a boss, okay? Some of y'all, you still probably, like, the King of Wands energy is usually encouraging you to step into a leadership role. Stop being in the back, okay? You a nurse when you meant to be the doctor. You're the doctor when you meant to be maybe a spiritual healer, okay? Now, it's fine. You can have the 9-to-5s all you want. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, you're not meant to have a 9-to-5. Like, do whatever you want to do. Be whoever you want to be, honey. I'm not saying that you are meant to be a doctor instead of a nurse, but I'm just giving you a message, okay? Now, your thoughts, when it comes to your thoughts, trust in your intuition, okay? Sometimes logic, emotions, and intuition, they're completely different, okay? But some of y'all, you literally give rich girl, okay? You turn a house into a home, you nurture things, you grow things. When your hands touch it, it turns into gold. When a man comes into your life, it's like Build-A-Bear, okay? Building them up to their highest potential. That's really what the women do, the good women do in a good man's life. And even it don't even have to be a good man. It can be a bum, okay? Next thing you know, you done gave the bum a big head and everything else. That ain't a broke joke no more, because your energy, your love, and sexual energy, if you're over here dibbling and dabbling, okay? Don't be dibbling and dabbling. But I'm telling you, how do you think these people become successful? Because of their own energy? But if that's what you think, then that's just what you're going to think. But I feel like a lot of you guys, when it comes to a job, a title, a position, you need to have a strong belief that you can be something more, that something will happen for you. A lot of you guys are meant to be your own boss. And the thing is, I don't care if you do have a boss, you're still the boss. Some of y'all, you need to stop standing in the back and being in the shadows. You like to sit in the back of the class. It don't even have to be literally, because some of y'all, you probably was in the front, okay? But you like to be in the back. You like to be in the shadows. Come out the cave, honey. We need to see you. We need to hear you. Can't nobody else provide us with the intellect that you have, with the energy that you have. Because like I said, the greatest superhero, the superpower that you have is that no one else is like you. So instead of going based off of everybody else's beliefs and traditions, create your own. Trust in your knowing. Create the reality that you want to live. Not the one that other people have set out for you. See, the government and everybody else, they already set out a path for you. Yeah, I want this person to work till they 14 all the way till they 60. We'll give a little chump change of retirement. But this is what I want. So they build in this world for me. Okay? But that ain't the life you meant to live, honey. But it's okay to, figure things out as you go or whatever. But like I said, a lot of times it just takes getting into stillness, trusting in your intuition. Okay? Priestess. Heavy on the intuition. You guys are intuitive as heck. But when the priestess shows up, it can either be talking about your spiritual team or it can be encouraging you to trust in your intuition. Okay? Some of y'all already be knowing when something is not a good idea. Like, oh, okay, I know if I connect with this person, I'm going to probably have to go to the mental asylum. Okay? So it's like, you know what you're talking about. You don't need, tarot readers or anybody else. And you got to remember, tarot readers. Child, my name is Lenisha, honey. I just like doing tarot. You can't put a label on a person. Okay? Now, when I work as a garbage man, you can call me the garbage man. Like, damn. So, look, we're all human, okay? But we're most definitely spiritually gifted. Okay, I feel like some of y'all, you experiencing a soulmate connection, but it's not one that's meant to stay. It's one that's meant to teach you some things. Okay? Depending on when you see this, okay? So be mindful, it's a timeless reading, so just take it how it resonates. All right, but the soulmate energy is coming out in the reverse. Some of y'all, you probably haven't came into connection with this divine being who's perfectly suited for you, but they are to come. Some things are just happening in your own individual life and vice versa, and maybe y'all come into play. But like I said, it's very much more rewarding when you get somewhere that you want to be on your own and when you don't have the influences of other people's beliefs and energy interfering. You want to make sure you're reaching this highest version of yourself with this highest potential. It's up to you. You can be the lowest version. That's you. I prefer the highest version, reaching my fullest potential. Okay? So it's going to take work. It's going to take confidence. It's going to take you stepping out the back of the shadows and coming to the forefront and actually deciding, you know what, I'm going to take on this leadership role. Because am I going to wait for somebody else to do it? Who's better to do it than I am? We got to stop worrying about everybody else. Like, oh, okay, I ain't going to make this change because, it's going to be another Martin Luther King later. It's going to be another Rosa Parks. Whole time you could have been Rosa Parks in your life, in your past life or something. Who knows, honey? That's the crazy thing. Nobody really knows. But that's the difference between knowing and belief systems. So be mindful. We got 888 here. We got angel number 10 here, which talks about renewal. 77 here. 777. Some of you guys could be experiencing some type of health concern. Look, go to the doctor. And be in this energy to where you can doctor yourself. Maybe get into herbalism, where you know about certain herbs. And you transition psychedelics to herbal medicine, right? Instead of the chemical, lab-created, whatever stuff. You can heal your mind, body, and soul by what God has already provided to you, not what man created. That talks about your fruits, your veggies, your plants overall, trees and nature itself, the animals that we've been given. That's why I am wanting to focus on veganism, not only because it could be 10 times more healthier, but also for the animals itself, right? So a King of Wands could be significant. Somebody who's all about getting things done, action-oriented. Capricorn energy could be significant. Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. But you guys, you have to have this strong belief and confidence that you are meant to be more. That you're meant to be the boss, not get bossed around. It's something in alignment with your goals, your dreams, your values, this new being of who you are. And the thing is, you're not new to this, you're true to this. So you're only really coming into your authenticity. Okay? I'm seeing third-party affairs or a third-party interference when it comes to this relationship. Some of y'all, you over here in a relationship with a dusty bum, and you missing out on this soulmate divinely union. Some of y'all, you're going to be having people who's hating on your relationship. Even if the relationship wasn't even the best, right? Because sometimes people be hating on a person that's not even really treating you right anyway. But this can also be future tense. You're going to have people that's really going to be hating on this connection. Look, it could be your own family. It could be past people who you dated. But I'm seeing that this relationship, this is going to be your soul tribe. You're going to create. That's why you got to choose wisely. We choose who we love. Are you choosing more people who didn't, heal those mother and father wounds, who has these broken childhood dreams, who can't reciprocate the gold that you're dishing out? Look, we got a transition coming out in the reverse. What needs to change? What needs to transition? Something can be in the works. I'm seeing a physical ending or death here. See, some people, they tried to harm you. They tried to take you out, but it wasn't going to happen. Because your time is not now, and it wasn't in the past. You still got a whole lot to go and to journey forward and to see and to feel. Something possibly hasn't changed. Something won't change unless you change it as well. If you're worrying about if somebody changed, honey, they not going to change. And it's not meant for them to change while they are connected to you. Maybe in the far future, when you no longer care to be with them, they'll probably change. But as long as you want to be with somebody who puts you in a certain energy, they not going to change no time soon. Because I feel like you're meant for more. You're meant for better. You're meant to connect with people who did not dish out any trauma to you. And it's possible. Just like how you didn't dish out trauma to people. For a lot of you guys, some of you guys, you deserve that as well. Some of y'all, you probably beat yourself up about certain things that happen. But once again, forgive yourself. Forgive others. Move forward. We got the child coming out. There could have been miscarriage, stillbirth, abortion. Something wants to be birthed, but it's not being birthed. And that's probably because you have to implement some type of change. This could be the birth of a relationship. This could be the birth of a business. This could just be signifying a fresh start or new beginning. It's here. But it's up to you. Okay? Some of these are in the reverse. Yeah, see, you have some people who was trying to come off as divine masculine energy. I told you that death magic ain't work. But they ain't no damn divine masculine. They do not have divine masculine energy. They're operating in karmic feminine energy. You got some people who want you to conform. You're not a person that conforms. That's why you rebel against authority. Because it don't make sense. Because it's not of justice. You got people who is trying to destiny swap with you. Make it seem like you weren't who you said you were. Oh, you ain't no chosen one. Or you ain't no earth angel. That's what I'm saying. That's why you can't allow anybody to validate anything going on with you. You have to know and believe who you are. Stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Yup. They thought you was getting karma. Whole time you getting good karma. Some people tried to sway you off of your path. And nobody can do nothing except for you, right? But they most definitely tried. They tried it, honey. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It ain't happening. Yeah, I accidentally put these in the reverse, but I honestly feel like at times nothing is a coincidence. So I feel like these came out in reverse how they were supposed to, because sometimes I wasn't shuffling it. So if a card wanted to come out in reverse, we wasn't going to get it in reverse because I wasn't really shuffling them. But yeah, The abandonment, it was necessary. And I don't know if y'all feel like you abandoning something, but you're not. Some of y'all, you may come off as unbothered, but you're really fazed by something. So make sure you tend to that. You have some people who are trying to do certain things in a dark way. Like how voodoo is not meant to be evil. It's not meant to do this, do that. But some people could be trying to do things in an evil way. People trying to play God, but they can't do that. They're trying to manipulate and they can't. People weren't really committed for real. And something wasn't even as surprising. But y'all are freeing yourself from a lot of things. But the confidence has faded. The insecurities has grown. Because people were all in your ear, creating lies and slander and defamation of character to you and possibly other people. So a lot of this may have been trapped somewhere in your subconscious, so you got to do the positive affirmations, okay? But the thing is, abuse, this false narrative, it won't stick to you if you get down to the bottom of it and if you be gentle with yourself and you tend to yourself in these moments. And it's important who you're around, okay? It is really important who you're around. If you're around a bunch of bad apples and spoiled apples, that energy is going to most definitely leap onto you. We do not want that. Next thing you know, you a negative Nancy. Next thing you know, you don't believe in yourself and you're not going far, right? Some of y'all, you probably called to go to Paris, France, doing big things, while other people, they don't believe in all that traveling stuff. They gonna stay in the USA in that specific state and city until they die. That's not you though. I honestly feel like when you get birthed into certain things or relationships, I feel like it has a purpose behind it. You know, so you've been going about a way for so long. Let's take a chance on this new way that you haven't been consistent on. Okay, a lot of you guys, you don't need the divination. It could help you in certain cases, but a lot of times you don't need it. And a lot of people who are trying to get information through divination, they're not seeing anything. They're not seeing anything. Some of you guys are no longer seeking knowledge by supernatural means. Now, this could be in a grand way to where you're not as dependent on something, or this could be in a way that's like, you know, pay attention to that, get to the bottom of it, see why that's going on. But yes, some type of change is necessary. Maybe this is slow change that's happening, or maybe this is no change because it's up to you to implement it. Some of you guys, you're probably not doing a certain ritual that could be actually beneficial to you. Some of you guys, you're possibly not connected with your ancestors. You can't see them, feel them, hear them. So it's time to get connected. Okay? Somebody that was working with your enemy, they're getting karma too. Even if you don't see a lot of things, trust me, God sees all and karma don't miss. Okay? There's going to be something that's going to happen. You got to put some type of work in something. Some of y'all, something is going to come so easily to you to where there was like little to no effort involved. But maybe this could be some type of spiritual gift form, and this could be some type of wisdom, right? Or this could be just insinuating that there needs to be some type of work, labor, or effort if you want to see something. Okay, there's no need to be concerned about something. Once again, you have great worry over nothing and confirmation that this was not real love, but you're now attracting it because you're giving to yourself and you're knowing the signs and you're doing things differently this time around. You could be most definitely healing emotionally. Some of you guys, you may not feel protected, or you need to up your protection. You're naturally protected. Archangel Michael is there with you, etc. But protection is coming out in the reverse. Maybe you feel like you don't need protection. It's true. You don't need to carry a weapon. You don't need to do this. You're protected. But I mean, you don't have to. You can still wear your crystals. You can still get a license, you know, to handle a weapon if you want, etc. You know, like, just don't alienate yourself. But this could be in a good way or it could be in a not so good way. So just make sure you ask yourself, all right? But somebody is not moving on. Maybe you're not moving on in some type of aspect. So that's up to you to determine. You have somebody who was operating as this Queen of Cups, but honestly, they're a Queen of Cups in reverse. They're a person that neglects. They're not the best mother figure. Okay? Be mindful on divinity versus devil. How can you hear the messages from your higher self or from God itself if temptation surrounds, fear surrounds, worry surrounds, projected beliefs of others who are negative, etc., whose evil eye surrounds? So you have to make sure you determine, is this my intuition or is this boom, boom, down? Is this a message from God or is this a message from the devil, right? You don't have to believe in the whole devil thing, and maybe some of y'all don't believe in God, but it's just a message. Take what resonates, okay? Yeah, whatever somebody tried to steal from you, your time, your money, your energy, this is being given back to you, literally, tenfold. I'm telling you, people, they forget, like, you really just helping the collective grow and evolve, actually. Y'all are really tough. Y'all can get through things, you can go through things, and you can still come out being great. Some of you guys are very wise. The Hierophant is here. You could be a Taurus or have a placement, okay? When you talk, people shut up and listen because they see you as a wise being. You could be a speaker, okay? Religious traditions or religious leaders, spiritual leaders could be significant. Maybe this is your energy. Maybe you're going to be coming into connection with this energy. Six of Cups and the Hermit, reflecting of the past, okay? Especially in order to come into a renewed sense of self, a better relationships with yourself and others. You're attracting something that's stable, okay? Some of you guys are still heartbroken from some type of offer that you've received. Maybe some of you guys, yeah, we got the Hangman, Major Arcana. Usually talks about sacrifice, surrendering, okay, getting into stillness to where you can come into enlightenment, which is going to bring about a higher perspective. Maybe you're encouraged to see something from a higher perspective. Okay, maybe you're encouraged to take a pause and just stop doing something and just sit, meditate, so that you can gain enlightenment. Gemini energy could be significant. We got the Five of Pentacles. This is temporary financial hardships. Okay? Feeling left out in the cold. Abandonment. I told you, once again, you're not abandoning anyone. Make sure you don't abandon yourself. Okay? We got the Two of Pentacles coming out with the Nine of Cups. This talks about balancing out your priorities or two financial situations. Like back and forthness. I'm seeing emotional fulfillment. I'm seeing you be proud of something that you've achieved. Okay? You're walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like there's a choice that's being made. Maybe you're actively making this choice. Maybe in order to make this choice, you have to come into some type of enlightenment first, because you're deciding on if you should stay or leave something. But if this is filled with lack, abandonment, etc., and then you just get this other energy of wish fulfillment and everything else, then you know where to go for sure. You just can't be worried and in this comfort zone energy and like all of this other stuff. So you could be deciding on if you want to stay or leave something. You could be deciding on where you want to go next in the world, what you want to do. Yeah, but there could be some type of confusion. But this is only a distraction. It's like trying to do your work, but texting someone at the same time. It's like, okay, this is my computer, this is my phone, and I'm just like, knowing I have to focus on this, but something is catching my eye or distracting. So don't allow something to distract you from your path, okay, to confuse you, because maybe there's two separate paths and decisions. I feel like if you sit down and you come into this more clear-minded energy, because remember we talked about how y'all have like a lot of fogginess or whatever going on. If you come and you sit down and you be still, get off your phone, get off the technology, just be in stillness, okay? So that you can get clear on your intuition, so that you can gain enlightenment. So that you can be confident in this next choice that you're going to make, so that you can make the more appropriate choice for yourself. Okay, we got 1111 here. Angel number 222 could be significant. But I'm seeing that you're encouraged to balance out your priorities when it comes to this choice on deciding to stay or leave something. There could be some type of stressful decision here or difficult decision. You could be going through some poverty, some temporary financial hardships. You could be feeling left out in the cold. But at the same time, you could have achieved a lot. I'm seeing that there's a wish being granted. I'm seeing this wish fulfilled energy, especially when you balance out your priorities. I'm seeing y'all have two separate financial situations. I'm seeing that it's going to be balanced though. Like maybe you're going to have two separate jobs or two separate financial situations. Okay, angel number 22 could be significant. There go that 222 again. We got the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. The only other 2 that's missing is 2 of Cups. Some of you guys, you're probably broken up with someone. Your relationship is probably not the best. The Queen of Cups, you need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your mind. Because you could be going through some intense anxiety right now. You could be living in your head rent-free. And it's getting to a point to where it's extremely intense, to where it's interfering with your sleep. You could be having nightmares. Okay, a mother figure could be significant. A mother figure could be coming into your dreams. Intense anxiety. You got to nurture yourself. Balance out your priorities so that you can come into this wish fulfillment. Remove any distractions or anything that is interfering with you making a certain decision. Okay? To help you come into a certain energy. Once again, the Hanged Man energy is the overall energy. And I feel like it's encouraged. Okay? We're going from the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles is the overall energy. And I feel like it's encouraged. Okay? We're going from the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles. Things are most definitely about to get good. And that's because you're deciding on something, you're making judgment on something, or judgment has already been made. It's just about realizing it, seeing it, and clearing out the distractions. I'm seeing some type of fast, quick travel, quick communication, quick action or something like this. Maybe this is inspired action, trusting your intuition. Okay, and the Devil is here. Okay, talks about addictions, obsession, sexuality, temptation. Okay, so in order, once again, to see, is this of God or is this of devil energy? Am I operating from scarcity, tactics, obsession, temptation? Or is this something that's enlightenment, intuition, etc.? Okay, so it's time to do the shadow work. It's time to get into this meditative, still state so that you can come into a shifted, higher perspective that will be filled with enlightenment. Little do you know, you have people that's working against you, not with you. And they're literally having a smile on their face. They see that you're either surrendering, backing down from a situation. And by all means, this could be you instead of this energy. But a lot of times you could be in these energies where you're surrendered. But the thing is, this is not weakness. This could literally be you going through a lot of things mentally and just being drained, tired. I don't really feel like it's giving up. I feel like it's like a surrender energy. And I feel like that's because you're really smart. I feel like when you do things, it literally is with purpose and intent. I don't feel like it's due to weakness. It's due to this. It's due to that. I feel like you just be choosing your battles for real. And you're closing out some type of cycle. You probably are in this energy of going towards your passions. You could be in school. You could be encouraged to get more information on something or learn something. You could have always been this type that was like a scholar. Okay, Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo energy is significant, but I'm seeing defeat, mental defeat. This may take some time for you to overcome or get out of, but it's fine as long as there's progress. Sometimes you may not see the results, but that doesn't mean that you're not making any progress. Continue to stand your ground, no matter who is standing against you. I don't care if the whole world is against you. Keep on standing your ground, because do know nobody is more powerful than the highest power itself. Okay? They can try to play God all they want, but this is your life, and I feel like there's a fresh start here. There's some type of spark igniting where this could possibly drive you to physically starting on something new. This could just be a new beginning overall. But there may be some competition. There may be some personality and ego clashes, some inner conflict, inner turmoil, conflict outside of self. So with other people, there could be some disagreements and everything else, especially when it comes to this new job or something that's new and tangible. You're going to be having something in your hand. See, be mindful that money makes people crazy. Money helps you see who's with you and who's not, for real. Not because, oh, I didn't give them any money. Oh, well, yeah, actually, when you realize that, say if you come into some type of opportunity and you don't share with the people who have only been against you, you will see how they really truly feel. They'll start gossiping about you. Some of y'all could be really curious about something. And I feel like this could be something that's beneficial, though. Maybe it could tie to family, your love life, generosity, things of charity, giving and receiving. Okay, Capricorn, Gemini energy, Earth energy is significant. But yeah, some of y'all are going through it mentally. And I feel like y'all do not have the best people around you, because they're constantly hindering what's going on mentally. That's why you got to balance out your priorities and nurture and heal yourself, because you're very nurturing to everybody else. You'll give the shirt off your back real quick. But this is not the time to self-sacrifice. This is the time to give back to self. You're naturally a person that gives to other people. It's time to balance it out with self-love and healing and nurturing. And this could be what you're doing already. Confirm the devil. Confirming the devil, which fell on top of the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So yeah, maybe some people be trying to make you feel guilty. So be mindful. This devil energy is popping up as wishful thinking, dreams. It's popping up as having many choices and opportunities, but be mindful of that. Everything that glitters is not gold. You do have many opportunities, and I feel like some people want to get their hands on it, but it's not for them. It's your blessings. On the back, we got the Justice. Exactly. This is your justice. You don't deserve to be bonded and tied and, you know, all of this other stuff. And look, there's grapes here. Remember we talked about the grapes earlier? There are grapes there. So this energy is just signifying temptation as well. So this could be temptation towards things that are glittering. But remember, everything that glitters is not gold. Or this could be you having many options, many things you can do, and to just have wishful thinking. Tell me more about this Devil, Seven of Cups energy. Yeah, we got the Star talking about spirituality, renewal, healing. So yeah, it's time to do the shadow work so that you can see more clearly, and so that you can know, like, weigh out your options to know what's for you and what's not. But I'm seeing that y'all are going to be embarking on this brand new beginning. I'm seeing you go towards big opportunities, or big opportunities are coming towards you, making huge choices. Just be mindful of haste. Okay? This can tie to love, relationships, emotions. Confirm the Hangman. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Change, choices, karma, destiny, fate, good luck on your side. Not knowing what something is going to land on, but regardless, it's going to be good either way. Maybe training your mind to be in this energy before you actually act on something. Some of you guys, you could be acting based off of low finances. You could be acting based off of obsession and temptation. And you're just being mindful to just think about something, to sit in stillness so that you can become more clear. Confirm the devil energy. This is tied to a family or a lump sum of money, a legacy, solid foundations. Know that you have many, many opportunities, many things, many paths, many ways that you can go about something. Confirm the devil. Why is the devil here? We got the King of Wands. So a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a fiery person. They don't necessarily have to have a sun in a sun sign of a fire sign. This could be somebody who is, I feel like this is either encouraged of you, or this is somebody, a person itself, because this is a court card. When you look up, when you talk about the pages, the knights, the kings, and the queens, it's usually insinuating people and or characteristics, either encouraging you to be in this energy or representing a person itself, right? So when it comes to that devil energy, either there's a fire sign or a fiery energy that's in this devil energy. Bondage, temptation, a lot of these things could be, this could be talking about somebody that you're like a family situation or something that's tying to greed. There could be some type of confusion going on. What is the Seven of Cups? The Seven of Cups, the Emperor wanted to come out. This could be talking about father figure or stability. And we got the Six of Cups coming out with the Knight of Wands. Release attachment. This is something that you need to balance out with the mind and the heart. A lot of you guys are being encouraged to take on a leadership role when it comes to whatever it is that you are doing or encouraged to do. Okay, returning to one's roots, passions. This could have a lot to do with returning to the things that you were passionate about since you were a child, maybe. I just feel like returning to one's roots that ties to passion could be significant. An actual person from your past could be coming in. Just be mindful of being distracted and swayed otherwise. This could have something to do with sharpening your skills. Okay, this could have something to do with your hobbies, what you're working on. Confirm the devil energy. We got the Four of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, this is just unhappy families, things that are not stable. So I feel like you are encouraged to go after your dreams, passions, goals, and to not let other people sway you otherwise. You have many, many options, but make sure you choose what you want to do and what's in alignment with you. This can be in your relationships. This can be with your career. It all really depends on who you are. From the Five of Pentacles. Talks about poverty, abandonment, feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, we got the Seven of Swords here. See, you got to do what's best for you at all times, because people, if the shoe was on the other foot, they would do what's best for them, even if that means excluding you, abandoning you, etc. Maybe some of you guys are encouraged to be strategic with this, or maybe you are being strategic when it comes to releasing this toxic bondage between you and another or a family situation. Maybe you're doing things that are like what's best for you, but you may be doing it in a sneaky or discreet way, a strategic way. This can also be confirmation that you have people who may be contemplating some type of deception, whether that's abandonment, leaving you out in the cold. I don't feel like somebody is as genuine. There's something that's not as genuine. Confirm the Nine of Cups. We got the Ace of Wands. This is something that is coming in from God itself. Something that, some type of action, new beginning that could possibly bring about wish fulfillment. Some type of action. Yeah. See, have wishful thinking. I'm seeing wish fulfillment. Just make sure that you know that you have many options, not just one. And to also be mindful of temptation, obsession, trickery, deception, and toxicity. Everything that glitters is not gold. Some people, like the devil itself, could be trying to offer you something, but I feel like you should go with your own energy. There could be some confusion though when it comes to your dreams, goals, and everything else. That's why you're encouraged to be in this hangman energy, so that you can know what choice to make. From the Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's really time to just balance out your priorities. Okay, got the Nine of Wands coming out sideways pretty much. This talks about resilience. In the middle of giving in and being resilient, hang in there, be patient. You may be receiving something soon that could help a lot with your path. Something is coming in because you've been very resilient, honestly, and this was long overdue. Confirm the Two of Pentacles, this Nine of Wands. The Death is coming out sideways. Something that's being encouraged to let go, release. Maybe you're already in this energy. This has a lot to do with that change that we were talking about that wasn't happening. So a lot of y'all, you're encouraged to implement some type of change. What is it that you need to release or let go of so that this can come about? I'm seeing a transformation here. Things could be different if you create it to be. Keep hanging in there, but at the same time, don't torture yourself. Don't remain in something that's toxic and unhealthy. You have the power to change your circumstances. Confirm the Two of Wands. Yeah, this choice surrounds independent wealth. Deciding on staying or leaving something. Deciding on something that pertains to independent wealth. Making the decision. But there's still some type of confusion. Confirm the Two of Swords. This is the Tarot. We got the King of Swords. So you're being encouraged to use your logic, your intellect when it comes to this choice. Or maybe you are making a choice using logic when you should balance it out with logic and intuition. Let's see. Confirm more of this too. Like, yeah, anything that's of justice and intelligence is being encouraged to help you make this decision, because for some reason it's stressful, it's hard to make, it's not clear on what should be done. So you're being encouraged to be in this King of Swords energy, or it's involving a King of Swords, maybe an air sign, maybe somebody who's intellectual, who talks a lot. So let's see. Confirm the King of Swords. This energy is tied to a King of Wands. So confidence. And then, yeah, Ace of Swords. So just really being, you already have clarity on something. It's really just about being confident in it. You're a smart person. I'm sure you know exactly what you're doing. Just keep on applying your intelligence towards a situation. Maybe this requires you to also be logical as well. Something that's fair for all, right? It could be fair to leave behind a toxic situation and focus on your own independent wealth, right? Justice came out again, Libra energy. So you already have clarity on the situation. It's just about being confident in it. Do remember that this is justice for all, either way. Yeah, moving towards karma waters. Yeah, I'm seeing you embark on a brand new beginning, something that you possibly never done before, but it's going to require you to take a leap of faith. It's possibly going to also require a risk. Maybe you have all of these thoughts and good ideas, and it's time to actually move with passion and things that you want to do, because this can bring about something really huge and change the whole trajectory of your life. But I feel like you're possibly in this limbo stage, and it's up to you to possibly decide on something, which a decision has really already been made. Judgment has already been called. You already have the clarity. It's just about implementing the change or taking the action. Confirm this Queen of Cups. Yeah. Exactly. See, you need to nurture and heal the mind. You need to rest. You are currently in separation, on a break from certain people, or this will come. But nurture yourself in these moments. Confirm the Nine of Swords. Yeah, we got the Page of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of intense anxiety when it comes to physically starting on something new. But this is something that's good news. It shouldn't be fear-based or worrisome. That's probably why you have great worry over nothing. This intense anxiety and everything could be coming from you embarking on a fresh start, a new beginning. You could be somebody who's an actor or encouraged, or I was about to say encouraged too. Maybe some of y'all should get into acting. But you could be someone with this pioneering spirit. You could be a speaker. Confirm the Five of Swords. But there's somebody who's in your energy that's underhandedly they're operating in underhanded behavior. So it's like deceiving you right under your nose. But maybe there's some confusion that lies with the situation. Like maybe there's a whole toxic situation here, but you're probably not seeing it as clearly as such, because maybe this is somebody from your past, your childhood, somebody who you have a lot of energy or chemistry with, but you're unhappy here. It's toxic. You feel trapped in this situation. It's very limiting. It's very unhealthy. That's why you're encouraged to take this leadership role, because you're meant for something much better and more huge. But all it takes is you having the confidence to embark on this brand new journey that's going to bring you an immense amount of joy and stability. Maybe you need to deprogram to reprogram, because maybe you've learned something. Maybe you don't see something as clear, but it's really clear as day what should happen, because it's in the form of justice. All you need to do is be confident in it. I feel like it's already something that you know what to do. It's just about doing it, honestly. Confirm the Five of Swords. Yep, Ten of Swords. See, whatever this betrayal was, trickery was, I feel like it caused an immense amount of pain. It literally caused you see all these swords, this person would physically be deceased. So whatever this was, this caused you to really die. So death and rebirth energy. So maybe it's going to take some strength, some courage for you to finish releasing whatever is trying to end. Because a lot of times we keep something going for as long as we can, right? Similar to a connection is continuing to go only because you didn't cut the person off yet. You know, a lot of people, either they're going to abandon you, either you're going to feel left out in the cold, either you're going to have to be the one to leave a situation behind, you know? So whatever this is, it's going to take you being true to yourself, implementing some type of justice for yourself, and trusting in the clarity. Okay? Whatever this painful situation was, I feel like this was somebody who really did a number on you, hurt you, especially mentally, and you're still going through the traumas. Your head is probably a little bit slightly above water. For some of y'all, it's a little under it a little bit. But you're still able to breathe, right? This is a beautiful new beginning, whatever it is. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing that's an illusion. This other situation is the illusion. It's toxic, it's unhealthy. But this other thing is not an illusion at all. Okay, we got Scorpio, Capricorn, Gemini, all the fixed sign energy, which is Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. Your love life is most definitely significant. So this could be talking about relationships, most definitely romantic situations, but also platonic ones as well. This could really be a sign of you moving into calmer waters in your life, honestly. Coming into harmonious connections and better energy. and quickly at that. But I feel like it's all about, see, once again, I told y'all, something wants to be birthed, something wants to be created, but sometimes it's up to you to implement it, to create it. So nurture yourself, heal yourself. You got some heartbreak, some grief, and everything else going on, which can also be contributing to why you're not acting on something. But I'm seeing literally this energy could change when you move, or when you cut people off, or when you implement this change. I'm telling you, this is literally balance, tranquility. But some of y'all, you're in this energy of apathy, which is causing you to miss out on certain opportunities. So you already had got led towards these ideas and all this other stuff. Y'all could be having these ideas coming into play. I'm telling you, it's about you embarking on it. Okay? Literally, something is being handed to you. Maybe you have something for someone, but see, this may be a path that's filled with illusion. Things are not what it seems. That's why it's important for you to trust in your intuition. You carrying a lot, and all you have to do is put down the burden. That's it. That's all you have to do. Put down the burden and continue to nurture yourself, your dreams, your creations, your goals. Some of you guys are anticipating the future. You could be moving forward. I'm seeing traveled here. Some of you guys, you could be in solitude, going within, reflecting, or encouraged to. But I'm literally seeing success, achievement. We're going from the 5 to the 6. It's happened again. 56, 56, mirrored numbers could be very significant. I'm seeing public recognition, success, people praising you. Literally. You're going to always have the haters. But at the end of the day, make sure you're doing what you want and what's good for you. Okay, angel number 1010 is out here. Y'all are curious about this new beginning or this new job. Trust in your wisdom. Okay, this may be good for you. But at 5-6 energy again. Actually, this is 5. This is 6-7 ascension. Some of y'all, you're gonna do something and you may not see your results to the progress, but that doesn't mean there's no progress. For others of you, if you don't see any progress, then you know what needs to be done. Okay, I'm seeing a cycle that's being completed. This talks about success, achievement. Okay. Whatever this stuff is, it's better than whatever you currently are experiencing. So if you need to just get more firm on your clarity or knowing, then just please get into stillness. Get off your phone, get off the social media, get out of the technology overall. No TV, just sit in stillness, quiet. Maybe go out into nature. Maybe go into a space that's safe for you to free your mind and clear your mind. This is possibly something that you have to do for a long period of time. Like, instead of doing it for 5 minutes, it's encouraged to do it like throughout the day, to sit in this energy for possibly over an hour or so. Y'all done did other things for an hour. You didn't binge watch shows. You didn't ate unhealthy food. So what's the harm or the worst that can come from doing something that's beneficial to you? Especially if it can help you become more clear on a choice or a decision, so that you won't be indecisive or be confused and all of this energy. All right. But that's pretty much the collective message. I'll get some last messages for you guys, and I'll be ending the live. If you want to get your own personal message, make sure that you let me know in the chat, or you give me a DM. $10 questions, $50 readings. If you can't afford my prices, donation based is accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. Some of you guys already know which direction you want to go in. Like I said, it's really just about putting in the action. It really takes strength, courage, a leap of faith, and action and confidence when it comes to this. And you're going to be ecstatic that you did. Either you're going to not do it and you're going to stay in the same situation more and miss out on opportunities, or you're finally going to embark on this brand new journey. All right, I'm seeing some of y'all, you're going to have this spark to where you're ready to take some type of action. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful, because in actuality, you're worried about nothing, for real. This most definitely can tie to your independent wealth. But it's going to change the whole trajectory of your life. And remember, you're always protected. Okay? Any last messages here for the collective? Yeah, you're moving on, letting go and releasing anything that does not serve you anymore. Some of you guys, you're emotionally withdrawn, you're emotionally unfulfilled. It's no point in staying in situations that keep you in this energy. That's what makes you be in a trauma bond. That's what makes you be in this energy of feeling trapped, when in actuality, you're not trapped at all. Any last messages here for the collective? Justice. That's what it's all about. A lot of y'all, you getting in the way of your own justice. This is something that's literally your justice. So either you're going to keep on missing out on it and it'll come back around later, or you're going to finally embark and life will change overnight for you. Quickly, within 8 days to be exact. Just get into that. Look, get into the hangman. Confirm the hangman. I'm telling you, it's literally. See, look. Literally. You really already know what to do. It's really just getting more firm and clear on it so that you don't be confused. That's really it. But it ain't nothing to be confused about. Toxic, not toxic. Healthy, unhealthy. For me, not for me. You create your reality. Either you're going to sit in something and deal with something, or you're going to know that you have all the tools and resources you need to create the reality. Okay? Get out of your own head. This is self-imposed. You're trapping yourself in your own self-limiting thoughts, beliefs, fears, and worries. You have nothing to worry about. I'm seeing really something huge, great. The ending of a chapter, or you closing out a cycle. Literally. Just stand your ground. I'm seeing new relationships. Literally. You already got a lot of stuff going on. But it's unnecessary. Virgo energy here, it's unnecessary to be going through all of this. It's like you're literally carrying on burdens that you could have literally just let go. You over here literally physically making yourself sick. Because I told you, disease is when the body is at dis-ease. All of a sudden you got lupus. All of a sudden you got an autoimmune disease, right? You don't know where it comes from. That's because you're stressing. And you can simply stop stressing when you put down the burdens. You over here carrying other people's problems and carrying the responsibilities of other. You got to put all of that down. All right. My phone on 6%, but I'll try to pull you guys some spirit animal messages. There go that bee we was talking about. And some spirit messages, okay, from your spiritual team. All right. Let's see. Any last messages here for the collective? On the back of this deck, it says, have faith in your dreams. Okay, have faith in your dreams. Now it says, it is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take you to get there. Literally what we just talked about. So that's your own personal confirmation. Some of y'all, hard head make a soft behind, huh? You don't need to keep going through battle after battle, especially after you already learned. You may have lost the battle, but you won the war, okay? I honestly feel like you won both. Honestly, it's all about how you look at things. Look, we got the snake coming out, transformation. Remember, we talked about the snakes earlier, cut the grass. It says you will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. Literally. And we got the dog coming out. Loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Be loyal to you. Your dreams, goals, aspirations, this new life that you're creating. All right, it says you may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. Exactly. I'm telling you this is literally what you deserve. The owl is here. It ties to observation. You're being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. Exactly. Like I said, some of y'all, you got people who are here in your ear, in your mind, etc. But it's an illusion just to confuse you. Last time I checked, you were supposed to be confusing the enemy, not them confusing you. Any last messages here for the collective? 444. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. I literally can't make this up. That's literally all we've been talking about. See, all the stuff that y'all went through in your life has caused you to be a little confused, neglect your own intuition, etc. But a lot of y'all, your intuition is right there. The clarity is right there. It's just about the confidence. It's just about tuning out the outside noises of people who are trying to distract you, deter you. It be your own family, be your own lovers, it be like all that. Okay, you got to nip that in the bud. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. See, when you don't feel that way, you get confused. You become stagnant. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. So something could be coming up. Something could be coming up for sure. Either you don't have to deal with something much longer, just make that choice, or hang in there. It's not going to be much longer. Now, don't allow negative emotions to fester. Exactly. Once you start having them negative thoughts and the negative emotions and all that, you got to nip it in the bud. If you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. Okay, give me 1 second, little baby. I'm gonna go potty, okay? Ooh. So your spiritual team has been, all of these, like over 15 cards came out. So I feel like you've been getting messages from left to right. But once again, how can you really see and understand if that's a message from God itself, your spiritual team, etc.? When you confuse, you operating from fear, you got other people in your ear, you know, toxic individuals that you're holding on to. I told you, why stay in a situation where you're clearly not fulfilled, where it's clearly not healthy for you? You got to know that you're making the right choice. You got to know that that only great things will happen for you. When you believe otherwise, I told you, you create your reality based on your own beliefs. Next thing you know, you're not going to put in action. Next thing you know, you're going to stay in your comfort zone. You got to know regardless, you're making a good choice. As long as it's for the betterment of you, your life. Like, come on now, you leaving types of situation. Why would you ever have to second guess that? You fearful of what somebody may do. You can't be worried about that. You always protected, love. I told you, you create your reality. Whole time you dip and leave, there was nothing to worry about. Ain't nobody trying to harm you or nothing. Getting away freely. So yeah, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. All right, on the back it says, take some time to rest and rejuvenate. You need to pace yourself with the changes that are coming your way. Told you these are huge changes, big changes and opportunities. They are all positive. Bigger and better things are coming for you. Just relax and trust. Okay? Now, Snapchat could be significant. A little Snapchat notification just popped up, or that could just be a confirmation bell, right? Now, it says, don't place limits upon yourself. You are an infinite being with potential, you are an infinite being with unlimited potential. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. I told y'all with that energy, you have to have these high expectations for yourself and for your life. You can't be thinking, oh, I'm just this little nobody. What? It says this is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. Last card. Okay, on the front of this tarot deck, Knight of Swords. Literally. So it says when a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. You are being redirected to something far bigger and better. Endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. All right, once again, if you guys want to get on the list, please make sure you DM me because I have to end the live because my phone is like on 2%. If you want to comment your feedback, I do have a website. You go on my website and it says name and comment, and you can just leave it there. All right. But if you have any advice that you're needing, you can always DM me, and either we'll have to schedule you a mentorship or a life coaching session, or I can just give you advice for free. But other than that, I return the collective's energy back to them, and I release my energy back to me. All right. Sending you guys love, light, and all things grand. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your lifetime. Don't forget, this message will be uploaded to my YouTube. All right. But I will see you in the next one.